big small talks with Chucky, me and you. It's big small talks, BSing with the group. It's big small talks, expanding points of view. It's big small talks, it's big small talk.
That's so crazy. I mean, that's even something we could talk about on the podcast. Like, that's something that me, as just a casual guy, like, I would not know
Understand
that. I
it.
understand it from, I remember, like, I was talking to the guy who put in my stereo, and him and I had conversations about audio and how it bounces off walls. And he's like, hey, look at, because I was like, hey, how come you don't, when you do the your subwoofer, why don't you point it towards the passenger? And he said, actually, you point it out because it reflects off the trunk.
Right.
And he's like, it's all about angles. And I was like, that's something I never fucking thought of. And then you guys with the panels, like, I never would have heard that before. Yeah. It's like a whole nother like thing we don't think about, the casual people.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
wild. So I started...
oh, nice.
Yeah, I started shadowing at church.
Okay.
So what I'm doing right now is because it's multimedia. Like that's like the service that I'm going to be like providing. Basically, that's where I'm going to be volunteering and stuff.
Yeah.
So they have multi cameras set up, and you got to check the white balance, and then they have presets, so you can do that. They have a slide person, so they're basically providing the slides on the screens and also on the live stream.
Okay.
And then they have the live stream that they basically go like to Facebook.
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
all connected, right? And then you have the soundboard that's in the actual sanctuary.
Right.
And then that person is right next to the lighting guy. So there's a lighting person too. And like they're really, really like short staffed and stuff. So like it's basically like you learn everything and you kind of like just help out as you like kind of can, you know?
Right.
And so I'm kind of excited too because I get to not only use my skills that I went to school for, like which I thought they were just going to be like useless, you know, because like I'm like, wow, I'm not doing anything with any of this.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool, but also I'm going to be learning a lot because this one dude, his name's Doug. He's just like he's crazy nerdy. Like you could tell, like he's kind of like just socially awkward, I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But he's just so intelligent with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And dude, like the patching and everything like that, and like listening.
Like he'll give you those little things. You're like, oh, I didn't.
And so like the cool thing about like you, because you were saying how like you don't hear that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? The beauty of that, it's like that ignorance is bliss. Like you're good because like when you like listen to music or like when you go somewhere or whatever, like sure you could probably tell like if the audio sounded bad like at a concert, like when it's blatant, you know what I'm saying? Like you could probably understand, but to the average listener, like you don't hear like the little things like that, like me and him, because we were just nerding out on like listening to like the worship band, for example, you know, like going stripped down to like just a guitar and like a vocalist is like way better for like that kind of a room than having like horns and a drummer and a bassist. Like, you know, it's like, dude, we're like in a little room. Like we don't need like a full choir and like full orchestra. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, so it's like a blessing in disguise because I can't like listen to music without it being like, we were Eric and I were reading yesterday, and she wanted to play music while we were reading. Okay. And I was like, you gotta play music that's instrumental, because like if there's lyrics, I'm listening out for the lyrics. I want to know what the song's about. And she's like, well, you just gotta ignore it. I'm like, then why are we listening to the music? Like what's the point of the music?
That's me with like shows and movies in the background. Like if it's something like, it has to be something like just super, like I'm not like, because if it's something that I have 1% interest in, I'm fucking in. And like I was telling you, like I was doing homework watching Modern Family, and just, first of all, it's a fucking hilarious show. I just, every time I'm just watching it the entire time. Yeah. I mean, thankfully I was on Sienna's Hulu, so that there was ads. Because I was like, all right. Stop. So like for like 30 seconds, I'm like, all right, type of paper. Okay. You know, I'm back in. Oh my God. But yeah, no, I had to switch because I can't do that.
I can't watch TV. And if I have the TV on, I have my AirPods on, and I have the like solo mode or wwhatever that's called. What is it called? Where it's the noise canceling mode.
Oh yeah. I could. The only music I can listen to, I feel like with lyrics, is like a Mac Miller album, like a J. Cole album. Like those ones, like I could throw on pretty low and I'll be fine. But I can't like listen to new music. I can't like, you know what I mean?
Mine has to be instrumental, so I can listen to lo-fi beats. Like those are cool because it's just those, like nonstop.
I used to do that a lot.
I can listen to classical, like I will do that actually. Like I'll listen to classical if I'm reading, just because it's just
smarty pants.
But it's not though. It's just that there's something there that because okay, so kind of going back to like my ears hearing things.
Right.
So like if there is nothing going on and it's just the sound of the room, right? Like just say I'm downstairs in the kitchen reading a book for a textbook I'm studying or whatever.
Right.
And if there's nothing going on, it's almost like my ears will start to hear like the wind. And then I'll hear like the door like open, and then and so it just because it's just like they're almost like trained to just like be like hearing for things, you know. Yeah. And I can't turn it off. And so what happens is my brain gets distracted. So then I'll read over like that sentence like 8 times.
I think it's called ADHD.
Right.
No, but
so it is.
I have it though,
like like well, I think I've never been diagnosed, but I would definitely think that I have some sort of ADHD.
The thing is ADHD, you take in more stimulus than most people.
Okay.
So that's why it's so much more distracting, because a little thing going off in the corner is so much more like nagging to you, because most people just, that was going off. Right. You didn't hear it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like you're just your constantly hearing enhanced. That. Yeah. And you're like watching this and you're doing this. And so like, it's so much more like you're, you know.
Right. And so like having like classic music, like I'm not really interested in it. There's no builds, there's no drops. Like, and even if there was some sort of element that was like really, really cool to me, I have it so low, and it's just like white noise, so that it distracts me from everything else.
If it's a constant, you're good to focus on that, because it's not going to go anywhere where you're going to like, wait, what was that? Mm-hmm. So it just stays here, so you can be like half on here and then half on the homework, or whatever it is. Like that's actually I kind of get that sometimes when I chew gum, because chewing gum, I'm like thinking, okay, I'm just chewing gum, and that gets me like going here, so then I could just focus on something else.
I used to play this really weird game as a kid. I still kind of do it like every now and then, but I'm mostly driving now, so I don't. But like when because this would be like for car rides.
Okay.
And so if I was in the back seat or in the passenger seat, I wasn't driving, right?
Yeah.
So basically what I would do is, it sounds so weird, but I'm trying to like figure out how I would describe it. So if your jaw is completely closed, right? So your teeth are just clenched.
Okay.
If there was like a tree or something, or like say that there was like some weird thing as we were passing by, I would open my mouth and I would visualize like I was playing this like game where like every time I opened my mouth, my jaw would open and I would be like kind of jumping over like the objects that I'm passing
You're
by.
following the
land. And so I would just be playing like this kind of game like with my jaw, or I'd like use my tongue or something like that, just because it was just like focusable. You know what I'm saying? Or like I would just like, sometimes I would like blink, like, you know, just kind of like tracking. And like, I don't know if that was like, again, like an ADHD kind of like deal, but like being able to like focus on something. And I would be listening to music too. Yeah. And this is before I even got into like music production or anything. This would just like kind of like I would just be doing this like weird thing like with my jaw or like whatever.
I used to do it. I do it a lot when we're driving. I always follow I watch everything. That's why I get so nauseous though, I feel like, because I'm always like fucking turning my head like crazy. But they do say people with ADHD have higher IQs. So.
Is that true? Well, is it?
It is.
It's like,
it is true.
Is it because it's like you're autistic almost? Like it's like a form of like autism, you know?
Like it's
like a light form, I guess, right? Because like that's what they have, right? Like they're just super enhanced with specific things.
It's I think I don't want to like misspeak on it, but I think you're very in tune with one subject. So like you could not really be great at everything else, but like if it's like cars, they will tell you
facts and numbers and
everything about it.
Right.
And so it's like that almost.
Right. So it's almost like if we were just your average human, we can kind of like it's like mediocre at everything almost. Right. But they are, it's like an expert, bad at everything, but then like excel greatly and way better than similarly.
I want to say it's that. It's something like that. Asperger's or something like that. One of those I think is that where you're really intelligent.
Right.
About like that's why they had that whole show like The Good Doctor, which I hate that show, but where I think the guy's an autistic surgeon.
Oh, really?
Because he's so into the medical stuff.
Well, because there's different stages and like I guess severities of like autism, right? Like because you could be completely functional, like even like talk and whatever appear to be like normal, like no like physical disfiguration, but you're like socially awkward, right? Like some people just like they can't even like interact with with people. Yeah. No, but because Down syndrome is when you can physically like tell that they're like a little Downsy kind of deal, right?
I think so.
Yeah, because they're smart too. But
yeah.
Like they're like
has
super
nothing to
intelligent.
do. Yeah. No, but ADHD is like that. Is the you're just taking in so much, and that's why you're just kind of all over the place. But you're good at multitasking because you can be like fucking doing a bunch of things at once. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I also feel like I get a little OCD.
When were you diagnosed?
Okay, so we went to some doctor, and this dude would like look at your like feet, like how you stood. Like I was like flat foot. I guess we found out I was flat footed. But he would like, and I was talking to me or whatever, and this like fucking like, I don't know, like a natural healer. He's like, oh, like, yeah, your kid has ADHD. My parents were like, no, he fucking doesn't.
Yeah.
You know, like, are you, you know, not my child.
Yeah.
And then, then I got it.
Yeah.
And then at like 15 or 16, they're like, yeah. So then I was on meds, but meds suck, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're brutal. My brothers
They zone you out?
No, well, kind of. It's weird. Like my siblings are on it, and I actually don't really like them on it. It's really it's kind of like tough. So the thing about people with ADHD, like caffeine, like things like that, like stimulants, they actually level you out.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I gotta have
ADHD.
Because this shit like makes me
I don't
calm.
get fucking hyper. Yeah, but I get focused.
Me too.
Right?
Oh,
and so
whoa.
that's what it is. It's we're the opposite effect. So what
Yeah.
it does is you take like Ritalin, Concerta, Adderall, whatever it is. So that's why like people in college are like, oh, I take Adderall, I'm all fucking hyped up. For us, it's a level.
You out.
It levels you out.
Yeah.
Because our brains
Gnarly.
fucking a mile going
Right.
a mile an hour.
Going 10 miles an hour or whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah,
a million miles an hour.
miles.
Yeah, there we go.
8,
Fucking-
10, whatever.
Sorry,
Like,
it's kicking in right
fast.
now. Yeah, it's kicking in right now. But
It could be whatever you want it to be.
whatever it is going on right now. But it levels you out.
Yeah.
And that's also why I can't sleep that well. Is because I'm just all the time at night.
Yeah.
But
Mine's just racing.
yeah.
You got to tire yourself out.
Yeah, well, and the thing
like-
is too, it's if I'm doing video games right before bed,
It's the worst.
I'm
Don't be
because I'm
doing that.
competitive. I'm like
Adrenaline.
fucking in. Yeah,
Adrenaline. You got to wear
know.
yourself out.
I know.
And you got to
I'm
get
almost
on
like,
a
why don't you
schedule.
read?
You got to
Fuck.
no. I mean, sure. If you want to read. But you got to get on a consistent sleeping schedule. Because so for me, ever since because I was the same way. Like I could not fall asleep. My mind would be racing. Like couldn't fall asleep. I was never tired. But I would always be doing something at night. Like I'd be working on music, or I'd be writing, or I'd be working out. I would go work out at night. I'd be doing things, and then I'd like expect to just fall asleep when it's like your adrenaline's going too fast. And so that's why it's really important to do all that in the morning, in the day, get it all done with.
Yeah.
And also wake up earlier, take advantage of the early mornings, so that by the time 7, 8, 9, 10 come along, you're tired.
Yeah.
Like you are tired.
Well,
and you just fall asleep.
When I was opening the last couple of weeks, like, I basically did it. I did no video games. I can't do video games, and I did my homework early. And then when it got down to like 5, 6 p.m., shut off the lights, and I just watched TV. And then like I just like once I was watching TV episodes, I got more tired because if I'm FaceTiming, I'm texting, I'm going out, I'm eating late. I didn't eat late. All that stuff. Then I was fine.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been opening on a consistent schedule ever since like the pandemic, basically.
Yeah.
So I basically had to, because I was doing like late nights, overnights, closes, like things like that. And so basically I had to just readjust my sleeping schedule to basically go to bed by 8. So I'm in bed by 8 and I'm pretty much asleep by 9.
Oh,
and
damn, that's good.
I will take melatonin like on the days that I do work, just even if I am tired, just because it's like, it's only 3 milligrams and I don't do it on my days off.
Oh, 3?
And
Okay.
Yeah. And on days where I'm like hella tired, like I will not take it. Like, cause I know as soon as I hit that bed, I'm
done.
going to.
Yeah.
But if there's like that slight off chance of like, I'm going to be laying in my bed for a long time and not be able to fall asleep, I just do it.
I was still like congested from COVID. So I was just rationalizing taking NyQuil. So I was doing NyQuil and just knocking out.
I heard ZQuil's pretty good.
ZQuil is NyQuil without the medicine. It just fucking knocks you
just
out.
destroys you.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty nice. But you got to be careful with those because then you'll get like fucking addicted to it.
Well, because like melatonin, it says that it's not addictive because it's natural.
That's what's in your like your body produces melatonin.
That, yeah.
But like I remember because like Sienna, when she had COVID, she was taking NyQuil like constantly, just like knocking out, just sleeping for like days and days. Now she had to like return to like normal sleep, and like it was hard for her. You know what I mean? And that's only off like a week of it. So if you're doing that shit daily, ZQuil, that's not good for you.
People do what's the allergy medication starts with a B? Maybe not a B. Maybe it doesn't start with a B.
No,
Benadryl.
Benadryl. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Benadryl. My mom knocks out with that.
Woozy. Yeah. And you got no sniffles?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And no allergic reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit works too.
Oh, but anyway, so another point about the ADHD medicine. Sorry.
Yeah. Come back.
It you don't eat on it, which I guess is skinny, but you don't have an appetite.
Interesting.
And there's a crash too. Like I would take it in the mornings before school, and at fifth period every day, I would be so tired I would knock out in class.
Interesting.
Because you're just down. And then if I didn't take it that morning, I felt like I had gotten no sleep that night. Like I felt disgusting off of it.
Would your personality change? Like, do you feel like your personality was affected by it at all?
No, not that one. No. Now I could see from people from like the anxiety and depression pills and all that stuff, like those psycho whatever those called, those drugs. But the ADHD pills not as much. Not
okay.
Yeah.
But
it definitely like it does more than you think. Like my siblings are on like a high dosage, so I no doubt like when they're off of it,
right?
Like they're feeling it. You know what I mean? So.
I mean, I'm telling you, dude. If you were to, and I'm not a doctor, obviously, like so, but I've never been diagnosed with ADHD. I just feel like I've always had some sort of like something like that. But I've always been really, really physically active. Like, I mean, I was like in high school, I was playing like a ton of hockey. I was dancing. I was doing soccer. Like I was always like really, really active. And then after like all of that, getting into like the gym and stuff, like I think there's a reason why somebody like even like a Joe Rogan, for example, like because I don't know if he has ADHD, but he seems wired as hell. Yeah. And he always says like on the days that he doesn't work out, like he feels like he's going to explode. Yeah. Like he just feels like it because because it's like you got to let it all out. You know what I'm saying? Like you have anger, you have aggression, you have stress, you have anxiety, you have like, you know,
but that just goes for anything. I think physical activity.
But that's what I'm saying though. Like, and then so like when you're thinking about like anxiety or just even like your mental just going like nonstop and not being tired physically when you get to bed, if you're being physically active every day, 5 times a week, like whatever you choose to be like normal and healthy for yourself, it's gonna affect you in a positive manner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
but it's got to be consistent. You can't just like say like, oh, like, you know, I did it like for a week and I feel really good. And then you need to back into it. Like it's not going to produce the long lasting effects the same way. It's, you know, like all things, unless you are consistent with it. Right. So it's like, it's the same with your eating habits, you know? Yeah. Like you can go low carb for a month and like start to like feel really good and start,
but you're going to get it back.
But then you're going to get it back if you just like go back into it. Yeah. Like there's a consistency factor that is like with everything, you know what I'm saying?
By the way, I'm pretty down right now on weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I weighed in the other morning, 202.
202? What were you at? 220?
I was 220, 215-ish.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Because you were at 190 back
in the day.
2 years ago?
Yeah, 2 years ago I was like 190. Yeah.
190?
Yeah. So
that was like post breakup?
Yeah, that's post breakup.
190?
I looked fucking good, dude. I still have those pictures, bro.
You look at them like when you're in the shower?
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm like, fuck. Like I actually like, I had like a little, like not a six pack. Like let's
the outline. A little outline.
Yeah, but like.
You had the V coming in.
Yeah, but it was like, wait. And then I had like
like when you woke up in the morning, you had it.
Oh, in the morning?
Yeah, in the morning you love looking at yourself, bro.
Dude. Yeah, that's when I wake myself.
I love waking up in the morning. Yeah, I love waking up in the morning and not having a shirt on.
And it's like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But I'm like starved because I didn't eat yesterday.
Exactly.
And I had like a little bicep in there. My chest, I didn't have the yitties, bro.
The yitties.
They actually were like it was like a chest.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It was a crazy time to be alive.
Yeah, I remember when I used to have titties. Like big titties, dude.
Yeah,
they would sag, bro. It took a long time. Like I would say it took a good 10 years, like because I had that back, like even through hockey, like that was one of my biggest insecurities of like having like being shirtless, going to the beach and stuff, was having just saggy titties, man titties.
Mine were my nipples. Everyone make fun of my nipples.
I have huge nipples too.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was huge nipple, saggy titties.
Yeah. Everybody loved to scoop me. I was the scoop guy.
I looked like an orangutan.
Yeah, you know everybody was. I was the scoop guy. They're like, scoop, and then it would really like flick, and they're like, damn, boy.
Like if you had that slow mo, it would be.
It like keeps going after you hit it. Yeah.
There's the ripples.
And
everything. Hitting your stomach.
It's the whole thing. Yeah. So I'm losing them. And the biggest thing I realized is when I started working out, I was doing a lot of incline because I wanted to try to get this part to make it more like even.
Shelf it.
Not just like,
yeah.
fucking out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, because mine still kind of go off to the side a little bit, but that's just how my
Your
boobs
pecs
are.
work,
Yeah, it's just how it is. But like it's just more full now. It's like a nice full cup.
Full
like
cup.
It's like a breast
handful.
now. It's a breast.
Okay.
It's not a titty.
Yeah,
it's
no,
not a hangy titty.
mine, dude, I got really chunky. It's my senior year of high school because
Yeah.
I wanted to like gain weight. I was in the gym
Okay.
and I was like, all right, let's get swole.
Yeah.
And the guy from GNC or whatever was like, oh, like the best thing to do is take carbs, like Carblin is what I did. And it was just carbs.
Heavy carbs.
Yeah, it's just carbs and carbs, which again, I'm not really knowing what I'm doing. And so I'm just fucking
getting fat.
So I'm just taking carbs, like a carb shake before working out. And then I stopped working out and like I would take it here and there, maybe go for like, I'd work out like less, like one day, but I'm just taking the carb and the protein. Yeah, bro, I just got chunky. Just got chunky. That's where
so
I
big.
really kind of went from like 185, 180 to where it was like 195. All my boys were like, dang, you getting, yeah. Because they would all go to the gym.
There's not even a word for it.
Yeah. They'd all go to the gym and like weigh themselves on the scale. They're like, yeah, 170. And I was like,
Your boys are huge too, though.
195.
Like,
Yeah, some of my boys are big.
your
Well,
boys
these dudes were kind of my height, but they were pretty.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are all tall. Like, you guys are all big, but they're like built big.
Yeah.
And you, because I didn't know you back in the day, but I've seen pictures of you, and you were pretty skinny.
Yeah, I was.
You look like a basketball player.
Yeah, I was
like
pretty skinny.
Yeah, you just look like
I was skinny with a gut. Like, it's so stupid, dude. I was just so awkward. But yeah, but you've seen like when my boy Brandon came, 6'5", just like huge dude. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
well,
Right.
yeah, I'll just be the funny guy.
I mean, that was. I mean, that was me in hockey though. Like, I was the short, chubby kid, and then everybody was like tall, 6-pack, like 15 years old, like just bench pressing
stupid,
45s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nothing. Like, how are you doing that?
It's so stupid. I've noticed like always like the next generations, they're either they look 4 or they look 25 and they're 15. Like this dude came in. I remember we were playing basketball in high school. I was a junior. This freshman came in with a full beard. And he would throw windmill dunks down at 15,
Nice.
14.
Solid.
I was like, what is this? That can't even be like allowed.
I had these
Go to college.
I had these two twins on one of my later teams, but I think we were in 16s, and they were like 6'2" on skates.
Jeez.
Twins.
Yeah. Jesus.
They were like 6'5".
Yeah.
And they were both defensemen. So like they were just tanks.
Yeah.
And
on your team?
On my team.
Okay, thank you.
And I was thankful.
Yeah,
because
Twin Towers.
the way hockey works is like when you have like a captain, or when you have a small player who's like maybe like top, points leader or whatever, or like whatever it is, but they're smaller, and you have an enforcer. There's actually a documentary on, it's called like Enforcers.
Okay.
And it's basically about those roles as players in the NHL, because like they're skilled players, like they're really good. Like when you look at these players compared to like pickup players, like they're just like, they stand out. They're so good, but they're like fourth liners compared to the superstars.
But you need those.
Right? And you need them because those guys are huge.
Yeah.
And so if somebody was out there to mess with me, or like, say Sidney Crosby, for example, best player, arguably in the NHL right now, but he's like 5'8".
Yeah. And he can't be doing the dirty work.
Yeah,
he can't,
like,
he can, but it's a lot more. If you're holding the offense up, you can't be doing like those things. Like,
you
like with the
can't.
Lakers, we had Ron Artest. I mean, he was like the dude who's going to rough him
big
up.
boy.
Yeah.
Or Shaq even, right?
I mean,
like,
Shaq. But like Ron Artest was the guy who's like
physical.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to be physical. I'm going to get in your face. I'm going to talk shit. I'm going to like all that stuff to like, it's that energy, dude. You know what I mean? You need that.
Yeah. And so like, luckily, like I always had like players like that where like they were bigger. So like because the thing is, I didn't really care, right? Like I was out there hitting. I was always like the biggest like hitter on my teams. I didn't care.
Yeah.
But
low center of gravity, bro.
Exactly. And I was fast, so I'd come out there with speed. But so what would happen though is I'd create enemies. Like I would get myself in rough situations, right?
I like that too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's fun.
But then I would have some backup though. So it was almost like even if I get into a little tussle here, like I know I have some homies that are gonna back me up that are way bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah,
they're like standing behind you,
straight up.
Like,
yeah, straight up.
Did you have a problem?
Yeah, right. Straight up. Yeah, that would be me. But I would get in there. I did not care at all.
Yeah,
people would call me short stuff or whatever. I would jump. You know?
Yeah, you're like, all right,
yeah, let's go. Yeah,
I'm gonna go for your knees.
Yeah. Exactly.
Speaking of documentary, did you watch the Biggie doc? Because I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
How was it?
It was pretty good.
Okay.
I like it gave me a lot of information on like who he was as an individual and his like rise. I guess I didn't really like, I won't give it much away, but I guess I didn't really know his like upbringing and his come up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, it's saddening to know that like he was like just about to start popping off.
He was so young.
Like
dude.
he wasn't even like in his prime yet.
No.
Like
he
wasn't
only
even
has
known.
like 3 albums,
Three
I
albums.
think, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that's not, I mean, so
Yeah.
But I saw that this one, the director, I think, was his manager of this, or like the guy who wrote this, or
so
something.
basically, the layout of the entire film is that one of their homies who was on the road with them, like at all times, he had a video camera, and so this is like all his footage.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah, so it's like just a bunch of like, you know, just behind the scenes on the road stuff, like them being in an RV with no AC, like shirtless. You know what I'm saying? Like
and
splashing water on each other and stuff
I
like
didn't
that.
realize his mom is an immigrant. I think where are they from?
She's from like Africa. Like she's African.
Yeah.
Like she's some sort of African, but she's first generation. So she came over here, and then so he kind of has a little bit of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you can hear it sometimes
In his voice. Yeah.
you can hear it in his voice sometimes. And then I just didn't really realize what a little like nerd / like teddy bear he was, you know, because he has like two, like he has a lazy eye that kind of looks to the left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and then he's just like I don't know. He was a dad, you know. He had 2 kids and everything like that. So
well, you see the like the not rapper part of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
almost like Biggie was the persona.
Well, and then it's just frustrating and sad to see like a low income person like feel the need to get into like drugs or crime or whatever in order to sustain their life and their family's life, right? Like, you know, but this is just like a fact it's a matter of fact.
That's
like
just how
so
it is.
And so for him, you know, being in New York and stuff, that was basically it. It was either like do this and survive and make some money, you know, or struggle hardcore and like barely survive, you know, working something else. And then the thing with music was that he wasn't even fully invested in music. He was more invested in his crime stuff because he knew like that was for sure. Like this is for sure going to bring money.
Like he was like a real gangster. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Because a lot of the rappers now, like even Drake in his new song, he's like, Stop. Okay, I'm not comparing it to him.
I don't want to talk about it.
I'm just saying that he's like, I didn't commit crimes, but my boys do or whatever. Like the rappers, like nowadays, I don't know. I mean,
soft.
The Baby killed somebody, but besides that, you know what I mean? Like some of them aren't like that.
And you know what? To me, like I don't need the rapper to be like a legitimate gangster, like right? Like I don't care about the background and the upbringing anymore so much as I do the message and what they have to say because I like perspective, right? So like I like the fact that like maybe Drake didn't struggle as much as maybe Biggie did, but I like to hear his struggles in a sense because who's to say that like somebody's hardship and struggles like aren't significant, right? It's significant to you.
It's all relevant.
It's all relative. So I like that.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't matter to me. I guess for me though, it's like it's just so saddening to, you know, be so close to like a Compton, right? Because when I think about like New York and like the Bronx and like the slumps over there, I think about Compton over here because like this is our backyard, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or even like Skid Row, you know, things like that.
Well, we've talked about Skid Row a lot.
And so it's like, you know, you hear a lot of people judging like on these people and stuff like that, but unless you're there, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's hard for you to grow up as a kid. Yeah, and basically like look at what your family situation is like and have nobody there to like look up to or anything like that. And then there's no money there. So then you get this opportunity to make some money, you know, and at first it's not that dangerous because the way that they get you in, you know, it's like selling some weed or like stealing a couple of drinks or like whatever, you know, and then it's just like you just continue to climb up. And then it's like you get comfortable too. So like with stealing or with selling drugs or like whatever, it's like, oh, I don't get caught. Like I can do this. Like, and it's for sure money. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just that one time, you know, something happens, like, you know, and you just get caught with it. You know what I'm saying? And so for him, that was that whole thing.
Did they go into his death and stuff or like?
Yeah, I mean, it's so conspiracy theory like,
right? Because they're like, did P Diddy do it? Did Pac do it?
Diddy was in the entire documentary, and that's like his best friend. So like, I would be very shocked if like Diddy was the one to like really like put a hit on him for like that, especially because
didn't Eminem talk about that? There's a song with Eminem, and he's like that that Diddy's the one that got
really,
or is the one that got Pac killed?
Yeah, see, I would think that.
Or maybe it's Diddy that got Pac killed.
Because the whole conspiracy is that, okay, so the way that the documentary broke it down was that Biggie and Pac were like friends, right? Like they were like cool at first. But then what happened was there was some sort of miscommunication and diss that like through the grapevine, it's like that telephone thing that we talked about last week where it's like, Biggie said something, and then by the time I got back to Pac, like it was completely something else.
Right.
And because Pac was so aggressive and so like wild, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, Biggie would literally go on the radio and basically say like I don't really know what the beef is, like, but I'm still making music. So the whole thing was like he came to LA to promote his album.
Yeah.
And everybody was saying like, I don't know if you should be going to LA over there. Like you kind of have like a hit on you type thing. And he's like, hey man, like I'm not going to let this like ruin my life. Like, if he has something to say, like come say it. But the thing is he didn't use words, he used violence. So like their whole conspiracy is that Pac put a hit on Biggie.
Right.
And so that's why there was
did he get killed out here or did he
in LA?
Oh really? I thought it was in New York. Okay.
No, it was in LA. Okay. He was out in LA.
So that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. So again, and then you have the Pac one that was in Vegas, I think.
Okay.
He was doing a show in Vegas. I could be butchering that, but I'm pretty sure he was doing a show somewhere.
Okay.
Because it was at one of the, I remember seeing footage of one of the hotel lobbies kind of things. Like there was a mob, like they were running, and then they got in the cars, and then they got shot up in the cars.
Who died first? Pac?
No,
Biggie.
Biggie got shot first, and then it was Pac.
So maybe Diddy had
yeah, exactly. So I think if Diddy did anything, it would have been on Pac, not really on Biggie.
Right, that's what I meant.
Yeah, because Biggie and
there's a line on one of Eminem's songs. I can't think of it right now. I'll think about it after, but
yeah,
that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like it's like that would have been such a cool dude to like be able to see like climb up,
Well, also to see the evolution of his music.
Well, and the thing is, because he wasn't recording a lot, he didn't have a bunch of backlog. So like, for example, right now, like with Mac Miller, right? Like we're kind of getting some Mac Miller stuff every now and then, and who knows if we're going to be getting some stuff in the future, because there's a lot of stuff that he hasn't put out that's finished, because he had a laptop, he had a computer, he had a studio in his own house. So, I mean, there's this great opportunity to basically, like, depending on his family situation and what they want to do. Because
how much is too much?
But what they've been doing is everything goes to his foundation.
Yeah.
And they, again, I don't know their family or anything like that, but I think they have an understanding of who Mac really was and how creative he was and the connection that he had with his fans.
Yeah.
And I think they are really cool people to basically have an understanding of like, like we're doing this for his fans and for him, because we would think that he would want us to do this.
Yeah. Me and Sienna had a debate like that the other day, because they're putting out some Pop Smoke songs, and then Pop Smoke has I think a movie actually coming out.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, "Oh, I think
Pop Smoke's like new, right? Like he didn't even have like that many fans developed or anything like that. Like he was
he was East Coast. He was East Coast, so he had fans on the East Coast for sure.
Okay.
But they we were talking about it. Like she was like, "Oh, it's a money grab," and I'm like, "Yeah," but I think also like the fans want it. You know what I mean? I think it's like a little bit like, it's like, is it right to put it out after he died? Like I don't know, but it's always like, if the fans want to hear it, like if that's like their last like attachment to Mac or Pop Smoke or Triple X or whoever, Juice World, then it's like,
I think it's a case by case situation, and if you can tell that like the music isn't even that good and they just keep putting stuff out, it's like, okay, like this is not really purposeful, and it's like it might be a money thing.
Yeah.
But that's why I like so far with the Mac, it's like different. They're coming out on his page. This is Mac's family. This is what we're doing. They're doing showcases. They're doing like limited edition merch, and
some of the stuff is pretty cool.
And everything is going back to his foundation.
Yeah,
and also you can just kind of tell that all of this stuff was already pretty much set in stone.
Yeah,
like it. I mean, everything.
You probably. As an artist, have a plan. Like, okay, I'm gonna release this album. You've done that stuff. So,
and that's why it's so cohesive, and that's why I think to them they're like, well, if he was here it's all done.
It's already
like he was
and
gonna
this
put
is the
it
plan.
out.
Yeah. Well, I
he
mean,
was gonna
like
put it
J.
out.
Cole posted that picture of his plan, right?
Right.
Where it said like he had his it was KOD.
Right.
Then it was the off season where he's basically just on features like crazy. The fall off.
Yeah.
And something else, but then he had like retirement at the end, and I was like, all right, let's not get crazy.
Yeah. It's but again, it's like an attraction thing too, because like that could mean anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's just the title of the next album. You know, like who really knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, when you're an artist and when you have the time to be able to spend, developing all these ideas and whatever and these skeletons, and then really put the work in, I think. It's easy for you to basically have an outline. And for him, he had swimming in circles and then another one. So who knows if that'll come out. But
I would like to, if like they did do another album, like put like his like rapper friends, his like, like Thundercat and him were really cool, or like whoever like really was with him. Like if they put like, if the song's not finished and they can throw like a featured artist on there to kind of like talk about it or something like that, that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. Especially the people who like really were close to him, not just somebody just trying to like, and featuring Drake, you know what I mean? Like, like someone who actually like cared about him, who was like, and
who knew his process of music production, who knew the types of sounds, the key that he liked, and all this stuff. Yeah, him and Thundercat did a lot of stuff together.
That's what I'm saying. So like, if they threw him on like 2 songs,
he was on a couple of songs.
Yeah, was he like producing the songs, or was he actually on the songs?
He played the bass.
The bass, right?
Like he plays the bass on a lot of songs. Right. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, but if he has like a verse, or like if he could sing,
he does. I don't think I can't even think of a song that he's on that he sings on though.
Right.
He's always like he'll be featured on.
Well, because I'm saying if the Max song's not fully finished, it's like how do you complete that, right?
But
like,
I think but that's what I'm saying though. It's pretty much finished though because because just
how finished do you think Circles was? 90%?
I think it was probably like 90% done.
Okay.
Like it was like mixing and mastering, and like they had all.
So there was no like putting beats on, putting this on. It was all just.
So what I think is that they had like recording sessions of just like a ton of stuff done.
Yeah.
And so basically, what the producer was then able to do was basically take what was already done, and what like the vocals were done, obviously, right? So he was able to make vocal stacks. He was able to do sound effects, and he was able to pan. Make space from the vocals and all this kind of stuff. And then they have all their instrumentation too, and the sounds that they were using throughout the entire album. Right. So even if there was an element missing in a song, you could kind of say like, okay, well, in these songs I've used this synth, or in these songs I've used this bass or this preset. Let me maybe go back to that and see if there's something that I can, pull some inspiration from those previous songs and then add it to here. Okay. So like, I gotta think it was like 90%.
You think
because that came out quick, dude?
Do you think they'll still do that? The rap album, the last one, or whatever, the third one.
See, I don't know.
What was it supposed to be again?
I don't know. They didn't come out with the name, but his producer,
Swimming in Circles, and then
something else.
Yeah, and then something else.
So like Swimming was like the mixture of hip hop and singer songwriter and slow songs or whatever. Circles was kind of like his like singer songwriter, like kind of Beatlesy, kind of like uplifting, kind of whatever. And then this one was supposed to be just straight like hip hop. Yeah. Bars. Yeah, because like, have you ever heard? What is it called? What is it called?
Is it his song?
Yeah, it's the one that he. So
I know what you're talking about.
Because
I like programs. Like that's like you're talking about when he came out with
programs.
Those.
Okay, so programs, and then buttons. Never came out on an album, and he used those as promo for Swimming.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, so
those are 2 songs that are done, right?
Yeah.
And then he has Inertia. You ever heard Inertia?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So Inertia, I'll put it up in. I think it goes up here, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
But Inertia. So see he uses that as a promo for Swimming, also.
Or is that for Circles?
Circles. No, Swimming.
Swimming. Okay. Or is it
August 3rd?
So, because I was looking at the thing right here.
Yeah, that's his profile picture.
Produced by Larry Fishman.
That's him.
Fishman. That's himself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, based by Thundercat. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So, dude, like,
isn't he also Larry Lovestein?
Larry Lovestein
and Larry Fisherman.
Gotcha.
You must love Larry.
Yeah, Larry is his like alter ego. Like his, he just felt like a Larry, I guess.
Oh, did I send you that thing about Logic? I haven't actually watched it yet, but apparently because he retired.
But
apparently
retirement again.
No, but he dropped an album under his alter ego, which is hold on, I'm done. Dr. Destruction.
Dr. Destruction,
and it's basically like his MF Doom persona. And so Dr. Destruction, and it's on SoundCloud. But yeah,
check it out.
So apparently it's because I haven't gone through it yet, but the artwork's pretty fucking sick on it.
Yeah,
look at this. Because look at that. Look at the Dr. Destruction. It looks like MF Doom. So he's doing like a MF Doom.
Just trying to steal MF Doom stees, bro.
He's always giving credit to him. He's always giving. No, he's not like a take from that. He's loved. He's a big MF Doom guy. He's a big
I love MF Doom.
Who's the other the rapper back in the day that I'm trying to think of?
Biggie?
No. He's a big Drake fan.
Yeah, he's a huge Drake fan.
By the way, that EP was fucking sick, by the way.
Fucking sick, like gross, like disgusting.
No.
Like ew, like oh my stomach's nauseated.
No.
Yeah, it was disgusting. It's gross.
No, it was so good. What are you talking about?
Do you listen to Kings of Leon's album?
Oh, Mos Def. Sorry, Mos Def.
Oh, Mos Def.
So he's very into Mos Def, Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
MF Doom.
All that classic.
If you don't know Mos Def,
classic hip hop.
You can just log off now.
Sorry, Miss Booty.
What were you saying? Did I listen to what?
You listen to Kings of Leon's new album?
No.
Of course you didn't. Did you
I'm
listen
not a Kings of Leon fan.
Oh my god.
Or I mean, I don't think I am. I haven't gone through.
I'm so sad.
I haven't done a Kings of Leon deep dive.
You know who Versace is?
No.
Dude, I'm gonna play you some Versace.
Versace on the Floor by Bruno Mars?
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, then no.
I'm gonna play. Shout out to this dude Versace. He's just like this little white dude, like rosy red cheeks, very awkward. Wears like baggy jeans.
Okay.
And he makes this weird like.
What's the? I was gonna say what's the vibe?
He makes like this weird hip hop acoustic like just chill stuff. Like it's just super chill. Like I found him on SoundCloud. And I actually haven't liked any of his stuff since he's been releasing on Spotify. Like it's been kind of like,
so you like his old
whatever.
Stuff?
Yeah. I like his old stuff before he got big. But then he came out with this album.
How big is he? You know what
I mean, pretty big. Like pretty big within his niche. You know what I'm saying? Like pretty big within. Like he has like a pretty decent following.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he gets a pretty decent amount of listens like monthly on Spotify.
Yeah.
So but like.
To be fair, I don't know a lot of people, so like I didn't really know Freddie Gibbs until like you and I have talked about it. We watched it on the podcast and stuff.
He only has like 57K followers on Instagram.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But but like he's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like he's doing like he's doing music and
we can get 57Ks on this podcast, dude.
He gets almost 4 million listeners a month.
That's pretty solid.
I mean,
that's super solid.
That's perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That sounds like the perfect amount of fame. Like,
perfect, yeah.
Like you get to make music for a living. You get to tour. You get to go see some cool places, meet some cool people. All you get to do is make music, like for money.
And you could still like sit down at a restaurant and not be harassed.
Exactly. And you kind of like you have to be good with your money. Like you can't just like splurge. You know what I'm saying? Like you know you got to be smart. But I mean, it keeps you in check. You know what I'm saying? And there's always that possibility of you actually blowing up too.
Right.
So there's that kind of excitement of you got to be. I feel like the problem that I have with like a lot of like maybe like pop music and stuff is like they've already hit the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? So like how much better can you get? Like, well, how much better can you really get than say like I'm trying to think of a song of somebody who they had that one song and then like they're just Gorillas. Like Demon Days, their album Feel Good Inc.
Okay, yeah.
Gorillas.
Yes.
Okay. Demon Days. That's like one of my favorite albums. That is like top 5 favorite albums of all time is Gorillas because Demon Days is just the album is just so good.
Right.
It's so ahead of its time. It was electronic. It was hip hop. MF Doom was on that one too.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it was just such a great album. And then everything after that sucks.
Yeah.
And it's not that it sucks. It's just it's not good compared to Demon Days.
It's hard to stay inspired. I think when you're that big, I mean that's the whole thing. I mean, again, I'm always going to revert to basketball because that's where I pull from. But
Go back to Drake.
No,
Tell me about Drake, dude.
I will tell you about Drake because Drake's been fucking putting out shit for years, so he don't miss. But anyways, like when you're LeBron, and you go to the finals for 8 years in a row, like what, or like they always talk about how sustained winning is really hard.
But that's different though because that's sports.
No, but again, but you're at the pinnacle of your industry.
But that's hard work.
And how do you stay there?
But dude, that's hard work though.
No, staying motivated, but staying motivated is hard. Once you win the title, staying motivated is hard.
Being a champion and always wanting to win, that's not hard. Like if you're able to.
No, they've talked multiple times on organizational fatigue. That it's very hard on an organization. Now, maybe on a person, yes, but on an organization, on things like that, like it's very hard to maintain winning like that because it's how do you stay inspired, right? You've been waiting your whole life to win a title. You won the title. Now you won it again.
Yeah, but
what's the competition? If you're at the peak of your music and you're
talking about the organization, not the players, because the players want to win.
No, but how do you stay motivated? But what gets you there? Who do you think's more motivated? The people who have never won before, or the guys who have already won?
It doesn't matter. They all are motivated. Like they all are motivated because the guys that have won before, they don't want the guys that haven't won to take their shit. And the guys that have never won before, they want to take that title from that person.
Yeah, but I think that's hungrier though, when you haven't won yet.
I don't think it's hungrier. I think it's a different type of hungry. Whereas with music, it's different because you can be just as hungry and not have a good album. Like that, like you could be so hungry to make a second Demon Days, but Demon Days was so good and everything was perfect about it. And now you can't hit it anymore. And it's not because you're not hungry, and it's not because you're not inspired, and it's not because the music that you aren't making isn't good. Because like Gorillaz are putting out good music, but it's not as good as Demon Days. So with athletes, it's different because you can win a championship, work really hard to get there again and again and again if you want. And the depending on your team and depending on a lot of different variables, like you will either achieve that or you won't. But it really doesn't come down to your hunger for it or your desire for it.
See, but yeah, I mean, but I could say that about like, you know, people who are like one hit wonders. They lost once they got the big, they lost their hunger. You know what I mean? So
no, it wasn't their hunger. It's that they weren't good. They actually just weren't good.
Yeah.
They made one good song and they killed it on that.
But you would keep going though. You would keep trying.
They weren't good though. They weren't good artists, long-term longevity artists. They weren't.
Yeah.
They're not hungry for it because that destroys their lives because then they become drug addicts and then they live in this sorrow of I'm never going to make what I made back then. And I have to live as a server now, as a waitress.
But isn't that kind of, are we almost saying the same thing? Like that is part of your inspiration is like once you've achieved it, you're going on this downslope. You're not in that hard working.
But what I'm saying is being an athlete and being a musician is completely different because it has nothing to do with work ethic or being hungry. It's really about being hungry, being, you know, determined, being like the work ethic, right? So that's definitely a part that plays into it.
Okay.
But there's an inspirational aspect of being in the studio and creating something that is just speaks to the masses, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And not only is it just good to you, and not only is it mixed well, and it speaks out to people, you know, across the board. Whereas like an athlete, you know, if they're given a good team, a good coach, a good organization, they have a healthy body, and they are determined, you know, to stay on top, you know, like LeBron, like he's just determined. Like he's taking care of his body. He's there. He's hungry. He wants to be the best ever. So that's his hunger for it. So he's showing up, right? But like somebody who is an artist who they have that hunger still, but it's just not hitting. Like maybe the inspiration is not there anymore. Maybe they aren't going through. Maybe they're not a drug addict anymore. You ever listen to somebody who used to make music when they were on drugs and then they get sober and then they're terrible.
They need to go back.
They need to go back. You know how sad, right? But it's just not there.
Yeah, no.
And it's not that they don't want to make music. It's not that they're not hungry for it because they're trying.
Which does make it makes it so much better when you have someone like Kendrick who has all these great albums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City was like amazing, right? To Pimp a Butterfly was good. I think it was really good. I don't think it was like as impactful as Good Kid, Mad City. But then comes out with Damn, which is like what, like, how does he, you know what I mean? He's still going.
Right.
So I get what you're saying. Which makes it, I feel like, more impactful when somebody does have that sustained greatness.
And see with somebody like him, so that's why I would say before this we were talking about like who's the best rapper, you know, like in our generation.
Right.
And I would say if you're talking about best rapper, just like across the board, not really popularity or not like best like one-liners or best rhyme scheme or best flow, just like overall best rapper, like everything that he does as an artist, as an artistic musician, I think it would be Kendrick, because the music is cohesive, it's creative, it's different, but it's mainstreamable. Like they can play it on the radio. His lyrics are understandable to people, like layman's terms, right? So like if a girl like who just doesn't even like rap wants to party to a song, they can put Kendrick on. But then if there's a dude or a girl who wants to like actively listen to lyrics and pay attention to an entire album and listen to an entire album from beginning to end, they can do it. It's a story, you know, and he's being creative in that sense.
Right.
You can listen to his album backwards and it would still it would paint a different story. Right. So there's things that he's doing that are cohesive with his artistry, whereas Drake, because that's your argument, is that he's the best rapper of our generation. He's a good...
And that generation, like right now, like you and me growing up from like 90s to like the 2010s kind of thing, like that kind of era. I guess it would have to be like 2000 and whenever he started, 2010 to like 2020.
So like high school graduation to now.
Yeah. Like high school to now. I would put what I was saying earlier, I would say like probably best lyricist, Kendrick, best rapper overall, Drake, most influential, like as far as like other rappers, blah, 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 like Lil
Wayne. I definitely think that Lil Wayne had a huge impact, and he like had that like saving of the genre.
He kind of bridged the gap because there was the Biggie Pac stuff, Rakim back in the day.
Yeah, well,
and there was that middle group of kind of...
Well, and he brought a newness to like having puns in there, nonstop puns.
Well, that's what everybody does now too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like before that,
he's the trendsetter.
Yeah, he set that up. Like, I mean, because Eminem kind of did it too, but Eminem was kind of more long form. Like he would have his puns in there, and they were funny. And he was the one that to me brought comedy into hip hop.
Yeah.
Like animated comedy, and especially with the music videos.
Well, yeah. Okay, I was gonna say because Lil Wayne brought comedy too.
He did well, but that's his puns though. Like, but if you look at his face in his music videos, there's no animation.
Like he's still hard.
It's still Lil Wayne. Like he has the same facial, and he's smoking his weed, and he's drinking his purple like slurp, and so it's like it's still Lil Wayne. Whereas Eminem, he was putting on costumes, he was being Batman and Robin,
Shady.
he was Slim Shady, like he was and he was being funny. Like he was like literally becoming like an actor when he would like do his music videos and stuff, So like I think he really brought like he brought like some sort of comedy too, and because he was white too, he brought that to the table where it's like, okay, like you can be a different race too in hip hop if you're good. Like it has nothing to do with race anymore. Like you just have to be good. You just have to be good though. And it's going to be harder for you like as a white person to be in this sector, right? But you can easily do it. Look what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just have a really hard time.
You just don't like Drake. That's all.
It's not that I don't like Drake. I just don't really see the, like, if we're looking at him from a rapper standpoint, like I think he's the most successful, and I think he's the most paid, and I think he's the most famous. You know what I'm saying?
Remember, like before, you wouldn't even say he was a rapper.
But like to me, he raps, but he's pop.
But like, that EP he came out with, that's not pop.
Sucks.
No, it's not. It's so good. Like
I didn't
that's
like
it, like yeah. Now when he puts out an album, there will be people on like Twitter, on whatever, and like the haters show up.
Yeah.
This EP was pretty good. Everybody pretty much liked it.
That's
and
cool.
then again, I was showing you like Lil Baby. Yeah. Like Lil Baby's a good rapper too. He's a little bit harder to understand, but when you really get down to like his lyrics, he's fucking good. Like Lil Baby's dope.
Yeah, you know what it is for me, and we were saying is that I just don't like the what is it called? The
mumble rap?
No, the braggadocio.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's just me.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't like the glamour of it. I don't like the fakeness of it because it's so fake. You know, they fake it till they make it. None of those guys are making money. The way the royalties work and the way that the money works with you know,
I don't know. Lil Baby's making money, dude.
But the label pays him the money. He has to pay it back. So they gave him. So say his contract for one record was $6 million. They give him $6 million, right?
Okay.
But until he makes that back in streams or in merch
Yeah,
or
but he
whatever,
made it back.
sure, right? But like again, it's a fakeness because he doesn't really have that money until he actually has that money.
Yeah, but that's just a different. I think that goes to just a different culture.
Sure,
too. You know what I mean?
But to me, I just don't like it. You know, it's a waste of money to me. Like, and to me, it's like, what kind of we talked about it before. What kind of message are you putting out?
That's what everybody does. Like, I mean, everybody.
But does that make it okay?
I mean, it's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I think everybody, like, look at all the unemployment. People spending all these kinds of money, and you know it's their unemployment money.
I know, but is it okay? That's what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
No, it's not okay. You're unemployed and you're hurting in a pandemic and you're buying a new car. That's not okay.
I think it's okay for. I think it's okay for them.
It's not though.
I think it's fine for them.
Why?
If that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do.
Yeah, but if I want to if I want to jump off a bridge, is that okay for me? Not really. I would hope you would say that's not okay.
I mean, that's very different. Like killing yourself.
But this is somebody's money. So in the future, they could be in a position where they needed that $2,000, but they just bought a car. So if you're telling them that that's okay, it's not okay.
Well, no, but I'm saying like they want to brag. Everyone wants to spend their money and show off. That's what they all do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but does that make it okay? Is what I'm saying. It doesn't make it okay because it's the message of somebody that doesn't have that money.
Yeah, but
wants to be the rapper who has the money.
Yeah, but that's the whole rap game is that.
I know. And I don't like that aspect of it.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that aspect. I like it when you're telling me about your struggles, when you're telling me about some stuff and maybe you're out of it and maybe now you do have a nice car, you do have a house, you did buy your mom a house, like whatever, fine. Sure, wear your bling. I don't care that much. But in that song, the Drake song is like, okay, whatever he was talking about is just what's next. It's just so like, I don't care about it. Like none of the things that he said in that song interest me whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know, brag to me all you want. You're richer than me. Why do I want to hear somebody talk to me about how bad I'm doing in life?
Yeah.
That's the way I perceive it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I don't like it.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah.
You know, he rap about something else. Be more original.
I did like Lemon Pepper. Like he's rapping about like taking his kid to school and like that's like as like he's coming up with what he talks about like he's this fleet of Suburbans and like all the moms are like talking to him and like the teachers are giving him googly eyes like, oh, do you know Nicki Minaj and do you know Beyonce, and like they don't even care. He says like they don't even care about like what their husband does to provide for them. They're just talking to me or whatever. But like so that kind of stuff like I do like when he gets to there. Mm-hmm. But I get your point. Like sure. I think it's everybody has their lane, you know.
Sure.
Yeah, J. Cole does his stuff. Kendrick, it's all like that. Yeah. Sure. So for sure.
Sure.
It's
no,
what
I agree.
And
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For me, he's pop. He's the pop culture icon. He's the go-to for money. He's the go-to for it. You know, and he's doing things that increase his popularity. You know, he owns the basketball team. He has OVOs. You know, he has his own record label. He has his own clothing line. You know, so he's just continuing to get in there.
It's hard for me to see somebody else as far as our generation not be the biggest rapper right now. You know what I mean? Biggest, yes, for sure. Greatest.
But I'm saying that though.
Yeah,
I'm just not saying he's the greatest though.
Yeah.
I'm saying he's the biggest. He's the most successful.
Yeah.
Right. And I would, but again, I'm saying that he's a popular rap, like a pop rapper.
Yeah.
Like, you know, mainstream radio hits. His albums are whatever. He has a lot of good songs in those albums and a lot of hits in the albums.
I do fight you on the pop stuff, but I get where you're going with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
But you like him, so like you want to give him credit where you want to give him his due justice in hip hop, you know, because like him.
But I know he has pop songs.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's a pop artist. I think he's a rapper.
I just don't understand how you could think that though, because he's so popular.
But just because you're popular doesn't mean you make pop music.
But that's the definition of pop music is popular music. Music.
Pop is
radio, mainstream.
Okay, if that's your definition, then fine. But that's not how the genre of pop is not that. It's so different than rap.
But you're thinking about like girl like Britney Spears. You're thinking about pop music like that.
Well, that is pop.
That's like a what's the word?
That's like a subset, like a subgenre.
Yeah. And that's specifically to like boy band, girl band kind of deal. And I think that there's a negative connotation there because we think of that as pop music. But
I like that pop.
No, I do too. Yeah. No, I do too. There's place and time for it, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is popular music is anything popular. So even like think about country, right? So think about Carrie Underwood. She would be pop country. She's not going to be like your typical country. Like
but I don't think that's how people see pop. I think people see pop as, Britney Spears, Charlie Puth, Justin Timberlake, stuff like that.
Right.
That's where I'm saying that's not Drake. Now, his music is popular though.
If you're putting Justin Timberlake in there, you have to put Drake in there.
That's so different. That's so different. Drake's a rapper.
And Justin Timberlake is an R&B artist.
Yeah, but he's more pop, especially his older stuff. But this new stuff, Into the Woods.
I know, was like poppy. Into the Woods was like the acoustic one. Like there's a bunch of like weird stuff. I didn't like Into the Woods. That was the one that I didn't necessarily care for. I would say that was not poppy.
I actually kind of liked it more on second listen, but
I would say that one was
or maybe I'm thinking like 2020. Like 2020 was pop.
For
R&B.
Sure.
I mean,
for sure.
I guess,
but 2020 was completely different because it was.
There's a little fly.
Yeah, a little fly.
Yeah, on your mouth.
2020 was completely different because it was him coming out of the dark. He hasn't done it. He hasn't done any music before. He's using a complete orchestra, like you know what I'm saying, a band, like an old like 1920s band.
Yeah,
and then he's singing like love ballads.
Wait, but that's why I also don't even think they're comparable. I don't even think they're in the same. Justin Timberlake and Drake.
But we were talking about pop music, and you put Justin Timberlake in pop. So I'm saying if you're going to put Justin Timberlake in pop, because I don't think that Justin Timberlake would be like pop as in Britney Spears, but he is popular music. So when we're going with popular music, Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, Britney Spears, Carrie Underwood, Drake, for sure. Drake gets in there because he's on the radio on popular music.
Yeah,
he's a rapper,
but Lil Baby's on the radio. He's really popular.
I can't speak to Lil Baby because I don't know anything about him.
But I'm saying if it's just fame, if it's just popular,
then Ed Sheeran's going to be,
then Lil Baby popular. Would be pop music
for sure. Yeah,
but he's like mumble rap.
And Lil Wayne had. See, the thing is, like Lil Wayne was pop music too for a lot of his songs, but then he would have those albums where like you couldn't play it on the radio.
See, okay, so again,
you know what I'm saying? So it's like with popular music.
With
those
that
singles,
definition, then yes. But that's not how I would define pop music,
right?
In per se, because I see pop as like you know what I mean, the Britney Spears, stuff like that.
And I think most people think that.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm saying is I don't view it that way because if you're looking at music critically, right, not just like whatever, if you're actually looking at what is popular, what is on the radio, and what are these artists doing to sustain their credibility in their field. So what Drake does is he makes songs that he knows are going to be hits that can get on the radio that will drive those popular songs to his album, which are not pop songs. Right? So his whole album is not a pop.
Well, that just goes into the marketing of how you release your music.
I understand that.
Yeah.
And so he's really, really good at that. But then once you get to his albums, I don't like them either. So with Lil Wayne or with like a Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole, I'll listen to their popular song. It'll drive me into the album, and then I love their album.
Okay,
that's the difference between me and Drake.
Gotcha.
I like all of Drake's popular songs, so I don't mind saying that Drake is one of the most, if not the most successful rapper. And influential in the sense of like, look at what he's done, and like that kind of
successful. He might be the most successful rapper.
I think he might be, for sure. Yeah, especially like because he's getting into different things, not just rap. Like so, he's becoming this entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Which is awesome. I love that. I love seeing shoe lines and
like
clothing
Dre,
lines,
like Dr. Dre doing beats and selling it to Apple and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's all for it. You know what I'm saying? Because like you get bored too. Like and again you got to do something else too. Like music is so beautiful and it's so creative and it's a gift, but it could be overdone. Like imagine if Drake puts out 20 songs an album. Imagine if he was putting out like an album a month, which he probably could if he was just focusing on music.
Right.
but it's like I gotta do other things. I
Yeah.
gotta be out there
because that's more
life.
like what we're talking about. Like you're not inspired. Then now you're just putting out.
Now you're just putting
shit.
Exactly.
You know
and
what I
that's
mean?
kind of like what Lil Wayne does.
He
Like,
does
if
put out
Lil-
a
dude, like,
lot
if Lil-
though. He
like,
puts out a lot.
I know if Lil Wayne held it back, laid off the drugs and the alcohol, and chilled out for a second, you know what I'm saying, and lived life. See, Lil Wayne doesn't live life to me. Like to me,
Interesting.
Lil Wayne is trying to die. I've talked to my little cousin Milo about it, and he's like, dude, Lil Wayne is just trying to die. I don't know Lil Wayne, and I don't know much about him, but my cousin Milo loves
like his
Lil
perspective
Wayne.
of Lil Wayne is like,
and he's just basically saying like, I listen to Lil Wayne songs not really because they're good anymore, but because I want to hear a story because one of these days he's gonna die. Like that's what he told me.
damn.
And so like I was hearing that, I'm thinking like Lil Wayne's songs don't really hit for me anymore because he's not experiencing life and talking from experience anymore. He's just smoking weed, drinking.
Which again,
one
thing I with Drake, I like hearing those little things that he does about experience, but his is more like I'm so here that my experiences are like
you wouldn't even understand.
And he literally raps about that.
Yeah,
he says like one day he talks about like with girls like one day with me, it's the moment of your lifetime.
Right.
And that's a Saturday and that's a Tuesday.
Wild. Yeah, so wild.
But Lil Wayne, we're listening to the mixtape. It's like it's cool. Like we'll definitely bop it.
And he has some puns,
yeah,
right? And he's always gonna
has that prime Lil Wayne stuff.
But as a whole, you're like, I don't want.
And then like what was the one he came out with? No Ceilings, whatever 3 or whatever he came out with.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Right.
It was like 27 songs.
Yeah.
It's
and see, for me with him, I don't like his beats. Like his music sucks to me. Like there's nothing.
I like it because it reminds me of early 2000s like rap.
And that's the thing. Like every now and then, like one or two off of the album is cool.
It's like nostalgic a little bit. But
Dude, did you listen to the Kenny Beats podcast with Rick Rubin, dude? Dude, I'm telling you, this conversation right now would be enhanced because he goes down through cultures.
Okay.
And he goes down through different cities.
Ruben does?
No, Kenny Beats.
Oh, okay.
Because Kenny Beats is a studier of cultures.
Okay.
But it's specific to hip hop.
Okay.
So he's talking about like where the mumble rap came. He's talking about where like the Yin Yang Twins and Lil Jon brought their their southern stuff over here. The really minimal where I forget what it's called, but it's just they just use drums. There's no beats. Like I'm sorry. There's no musicality. It's just the raps and beats and an 808. And like that's a minimalist, and like that's like popular in this like, and he talks about where they're popular and stuff.
Yeah, different. Yeah, like Dirty South, like Dirty South rap is like its own genre, which is crazy. East Coast rap, West Coast rap.
There's two. So listen to the first one first, and then listen to the second one. Yeah.
What's funny is I didn't realize we play that stupid song. The one, the rapper's like, "If you don't believe in God, I'm gonna stab you in the face." You ever heard that rap? No, dude, it's so funny. It's this rapper, and he's like, and that's on God. I'm gonna stab you in the face, Jesus Christ. But it's Kenny Beats is on the beginning. It's like, whoa, Kenny, at the beginning. So I don't know if he just took his beat or what.
Yeah,
but I was listening to
he
it.
Probably did though.
We were literally playing it last night, like fucking around on Xbox.
He works with a lot of like underground guys. So
but this is like a meme. Like this is like a shitty YouTube video. Like where it's like this dude just recorded it in his.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll show you the video after.
Yeah,
it's really. We'll link it. We'll shoot a link of it. But at the beginning, it just whoa Kenny, and I heard it last night. And I was like, what? Was that Kenny Beats on that? So I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, that's just hilarious.
Yeah.
I love his little tagline.
It's so good,
it's
dude.
So good. And he slows it down to it. Like if it's a slow song, he'll go, "Oh, Kenny," and then if it's fast, like, "Oh, Kenny,"
it comes quick.
I love it.
I wonder if he's gonna have the Cave coming back with COVID and stuff. I don't know if they started another season or not.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know that he was going out to like London and stuff like recently.
Oh, okay.
And that's what he was talking about on the podcast and stuff. Because he's getting into the what's the rapper that was on Drake's stuff that is like kind of like British. Do you know what I'm talking about? And it was on that mixtape.
Shoot. Is on that Only You freestyle? Is it that one?
Yes, I'm almost positive.
Okay. I forgot his name.
Not.
By the way, people who are listening right now.
Is it Dark Lane demo tapes?
Yeah. That's his album. Well, that was like the mixtape album that came out. Kenny Beats, The Cave, Denzel Curry. Please look it up.
It's unreal.
It's the season 1 finale.
That's unreal.
Denzel Curry goes so ham in that song.
Yeah, he does.
Please.
Dude. Yeah, he does.
Viewers, listeners, just do it. It's going to enrich your soul.
Yeah, that one's wild.
So good.
Heady One.
Heady One. Okay.
Heady One. And
is he working with him?
He's not working with him. They were basically talking about that genre,
like islandery rap.
Yeah. Well, and but specifically the beats.
Okay.
Because it's like a weird tempo, and you wouldn't think it was this way, but because of the percussion and the hi hat, that
they kind of,
and so that's coming from Britain, right? But that came from Chicago. So it came from Chicago, went to
it comes back
England, and then it came back.
Yeah.
And so like they were basically talking about how in hip hop this is like the first time that's happened. Where
it went
overseas and then it came back in a different way.
Well, there was an interview with Logic, and I like his interview because it was when J. Cole was like, "Oh, the white people are stealing our flows." Like, I'm gonna watch Iggy get a Grammy and just smile or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Logic was talking about the history of it, basically like, well, yes, white people are taking our flows right now, but then we took it from white people, who took it from black people, who took it from white people, and it was like this constant of like going back of taking all your
evolution.
It's
it's your own spin on things too, like and that's what's so cool about music is like, you think about I don't know how much of Led Zeppelin you listened to as a kid or anything like that, but like
decent amount,
a little bit here.
We have a Led Zeppelin pinball machine in the house.
Okay, there you go, for sure. So before there was copyright infringements, you could take pieces of music and just add them to your song. And so what they would do is they'd take old blues guitar, old blues riffs, like whatever, and they would just either rewrite it or implement it, or there's a couple of songs where they just straight up took it.
Yeah.
And
Elvis took songs. It was like, I forgot what. Yeah. It's just really old black singer and her music, like Elvis like flat out took it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, for sure. So what he did was he took Southern black music.
Yep.
And then he took rock and roll and sorry, not rock and roll. He took hillbilly and country.
Zeppelin did?
No,
or Elvis.
Elvis,
yeah,
and then he fused it to make rock and roll.
Right,
that's what pretty much became rock and roll.
But they talk about that how like blues, but blues was from, I think it was from like black people in slavery,
South,
right, and then white people took it and made it blues,
right.
But that was the inspiration was them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
it's like with music. I mean, and this goes for all things. Like in my media class, they're one of the secrets of media. Like in our class is that. Nothing is new. Everything that has happened before.
Yeah.
And so it's just a different way. It's just different this time, but it's happened before in just a different way.
Yeah, you just look at it.
Exactly. Yeah. And so
half these people don't even know the songs they're listening to are samples of old songs.
Right.
Well, oops. Just leave that out.
I was like, wait, what are you stopping for? And I was like, oh.
Our work will play like songs and you're like, oh, this is the Kanye song. You're like, no. This is the old school song that exactly. Played in like the 70s and 80s that he just took from it. You know what I mean?
Exactly, 100%. Yeah, because people just like loops and they like sampling and stuff like that. And that's like that. What was that TED Talk? Did I send you that?
Yeah, the sample one.
Yeah, the sample.
Yeah, we talked. I think we talked about that on the podcast last week.
And it's just like there's nothing wrong with sampling as long as you're doing it respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like what people use samples for sometimes, like they kind of overkill it, and it's like they don't even do anything to creatively to the song. And they just kind of take it, and then they don't give any credit or like whatever.
Or if their album is all samples. It's like, all right, did you even make music?
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So yeah. Well, and that was the thing with Biggie Smalls though, is that they weren't making beats, dude. They were just literally ripping from records.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm coming up. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like Hypnotize, he took the Biggie, can't you see? That was la-di-da-di-da-di-da-da from different raps. So they were just taking a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing is for him, he was singing on stuff. So when he would like be in the studio, like he would be singing things.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like after he sang them, then he would rap them.
Yeah.
And so like he was coming from a very like musical like background, and that's why I think that's why I like him more than Pac, because he's more musical, whereas like Pac is just hardcore aggressive. You know what I'm saying?
When we get Garrick in here, we got to do the full on Biggie Pac podcast.
Let's do it. Why? He's pretty knowledgeable about both.
Well,
of them.
and rap and stuff like that. So he'd be a good person to have in too, and Sienna too. Honestly, Sienna's watched a lot of documentaries on it. No. She's watched a lot of documentaries, which I want to see them because also I haven't gone through Pac's music as much. I
haven't either.
I don't like Pac as much, and Pac does have more music though.
Right, he does.
He does, and I need to go through it. Biggie's music just
so
bangs
good,
to
dude.
me. It bangs to me, and it doesn't. And Sienna's Pac. She's like, I think Pac's the better. Yeah. So that's why when she's giving me those perspectives, and her and I have a lot of same music taste and stuff. So I'm like, all right, I got to revisit this thing. I gotta go through. I want to watch the videos.
You know what it is for me is like I don't like his voice, and then again, like I wasn't really feeling like his beats.
Yeah,
you know, and the Biggie beats are
the Biggie flow,
bump, dude.
And I feel like he has some of that pun stuff, some of that like he kind of has a little comedy in his raps when you listen to it, and so. Yeah, it'd be a fun podcast.
And his voice, dude. His voice is so different.
Yeah. That podcast, the prep for that podcast, I'm very excited for. Yeah. Just listening to the albums, just going through it and like really getting down to like the nitty gritty of it.
Yeah, because we have to, because you almost can't do that like half-assed.
No. You got to, especially because you and I don't know as much Pac.
Right, 100%.
You know what I mean? And then you and I have had that conversation with Garrick about Jay-Z. During that whole era too.
See, and I don't even listen to Jay-Z, but I know Jay-Z is like the go-to
in black culture. The dads.
Yeah,
they'll bang. I remember all my boys, all their dads, all they would listen to in the car is Jay-Z, and it's crazy,
100%.
And it's like, and you know, Jay-Z's very good, but some of his stuff it's hit or miss for me,
for sure.
But
I agree,
he was huge. Dude.
Yeah, but again, you know what? It's crazy too, dude, because it's like, okay, well, this is a generalization because it's not true because. Like, for example, like Biggie, we didn't grow up with Biggie, right? Like in the moment. So this is kind of a generalization, and I think it's true most times.
Okay.
So, but music is so personal and
100%.
Practical to what you were going through in your life at the time. And which is, you know, why I think like a Mac Miller, a Drake, or like whatever.
Most people's favorite albums ever are what were you feeling in that moment?
Right.
Did it get you out of something?
Right.
Was it on top of something great?
Right.
I totally agree.
Yeah. And so, and it has to click at the right time. So like that, and this isn't to say that like later on in life, I listened to a Pac album and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually really good.
Yeah.
And like maybe now I have a developed brain for it, or I've gone through something that like, you know, I could connect to it. But so far, like with Pac, like it just there's nothing that I hear of the little that I've heard that I'm like, oh, I want to hear more.
Yeah.
Where with Big, I hear one, and I'm like, oh, dude, I want to hear more.
Yeah, I want to hear what else.
I want to hear what else. Yeah. And it might be because there's not that much.
It could be.
It might be that like
it could be the quality over the quantity thing. Yeah. Which I mean, obviously, I can't say not quality because it was Pac, and Pac is still one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely. But I see what you're saying too, and I think albums can do that even later. Like, you mean I didn't get into Swimming and Mac really until he died, and I'm very honest with that. You know what I mean? I was like, So going back through Swimming, and and I'm pretty sure I was. That's when I was going through my breakup too. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I so slept on this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
100%.
I only listened to him, and we've talked about that way back in the day when he was, doing
barely popping
kids
off.
or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Which, you know what's funny too is like I'll hear his old stuff now. Cause okay, so I used to be in this weird kind of like space with him where I would like his old stuff, but I didn't like his voice because it wasn't developed.
Oh, okay.
Like I love his voice now.
Yeah.
Like his swimming.
Well, and you can tell the evolution. His evolution of music is very apparent.
But okay, so like if you go back and listen to like Kids, he's doing stuff that he does in Swimming. It's just not polished yet.
Yeah.
Like he's doing it.
You see the seeds.
You see it. And you hear it. Like you hear like his overdubs usage. You hear his like la 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 la. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit he does with his voice. And then you hear some of the beat stuff. Like just kind of like the little, like you hear it. And then it becomes more apparent in Good AM.
Yeah.
It becomes more apparent in Divine Feminine.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, and I think that's why people like Swimming so much is because like it almost is like everything that he's done so far.
Just polished.
All makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's so polished.
You
couldn't do better.
I do. Yeah. I think Swimming is an almost perfect album. I wish there was one more like rap song on there. Yes. Yeah. It's missing the one banger.
But okay, but this would be the thing is if he was coming out with the
right.
That would be
the thing. I think
thing.
Jet Fuel is kind of the banger on there. If I'm thinking of it, if I'm thinking of the album.
I think that so off of we're talking about swimming, right?
Swimming.
Yeah, we're talking about Swimming.
Yeah, because Circles didn't really have any bangers, I don't think.
Circles had
Blue World. Okay, Blue World was
but it was
a banger.
not like really a banger.
No, but it's a vibey banger.
So I would say off of Swimming, I would say
I think Jeff
Conversations Part 1.
Okay.
He goes off. I would say that he goes off in Hurt Feelings.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And then
I mean, is Ladders
Jet
on there?
Fuel
Is
and
Ladders
Jet
on
Fuel.
there?
Ladders. But that's not really a banger.
No, it's
though.
not.
He flows nice.
It's a banger because
but
I
Jet
like
Fuel-
listening to it, but it's not like I'm gonna bump it in the car with the boys.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
Programs is like
Dude,
see like if that was on
Buttons.
Buttons, if those were like on the album
But I think that was gonna be on the third one.
which I hope if they drop it that'd be sick because I like Mac Miller
flows.
but I want that banger,
I want
dude.
flows.
Like I want him
Yeah.
especially now that I'm into him
Yeah.
which I'm like
You're like, I want the raps.
God come back
Give me the bars.
come back
Give
to
me the
us.
bars.
Yeah I'm ready for it.
Give me the bars.
It's too late.
Yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah.
Took it
no.
for granted.
Yeah, I
I
understand.
was listening to Wiz Khalifa. What the fuck was I doing?
Yeah. Dog, I'm right there with you though. I slept on that heavy.
Yeah.
It was gnarly too because I was gonna buy tickets to the Staples Center show.
Okay.
Because JID was opening for him. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
It was
What a
just
lineup.
It was just wild and Thundercat. It was JID,
Oh,
Thundercat,
that's so cool.
Mac
That'd be
Miller.
a sick show.
That would have been a sick show at
Yeah.
at Staples Center.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, that
for
would have
sure.
been sick. And like it was crazy because I wasn't even into JID at the time.
Yeah.
And then what happened is so Mac died, and then I got into JID, and then I bought the JID tickets for us,
Mm-hmm.
and then I somehow came upon the old banner for his tour and saw that JID
and
was
he's
on there,
old.
and I was like, no way.
That's crazy.
That would have been gnarly.
That'd have been
That would have been gnarly.
JID was such a good concert too.
dude. He would have been such a good.
Is his
opener.
album out yet? He's coming out with
I don't
one,
think
right?
so.
Because I've saw he's done. He
He did
have
like
you
a
seen?
little. He did like a little 6-song EP, didn't he?
Didn't he? Okay, 'cause I know he does the on his Instagram live. He's been throwing up like samples of like his album.
He did Skeege.
It's the one song, right?
Yeah, it's the one song.
That's it.
Yeah, I think he's coming out with a DiCaprio 3. I think
Yeah.
he might be doing something like
DiCaprio
that.
3.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm excited for that.
He will be. I don't know. I said something like, I was like
yeah.
he's gonna have a really interesting evolution of like his progression in music. I think because if like All Bad, so good.
Yeah.
and he has that like kind of
That
like what
singing,
Mac did, where he
yeah.
can do kind of that in between flow. So like
I'm gonna go out on a whim here, and
Okay.
it might be a hot take.
okay,
I think in order for him to progress into like a true artist, I think he's got to step away from Dreamville.
Dreamville, yeah, he's got to do his own
He's
thing
got to go.
because then you're still under the tutelage of J. Cole, which is not a bad place to be.
Which again, it's almost like but they're so different though.
I know.
So it's like,
But everyone was saying like that was the mentor, but it's
Yeah.
also like
but it's almost like he
almost need to,
mentored
like-
him enough.
yeah.
Like I feel like he's mentored him enough.
I kind of want Kendrick to be his mentor because he's more on the Kendrick.
He's got
flow.
that wild kind of side.
He has.
He's
If
got
you
that
listen to
demons.
him, he almost is like a faster Kendrick,
Right.
higher pitched.
But I think the problem. So because I've thought of that before.
Yeah.
I think the problem that you would run in there too, if you do something like that, is you start to become Kendrick.
Yeah. So yeah. He
So
needs to
like
do his
you
own
got to
thing.
do. Yeah. He's
But
got to
All
go.
Bad
do
is
his
really
own
good,
thing.
and his singing voice isn't bad.
It's good.
You know what I mean?
Especially if he
yeah.
progresses. Like
Yeah.
if he works on it.
Yeah.
Because like Drake's talked about it, Mac Miller's talked about it. Like they got singing lessons.
Mhm, yeah.
Like
yeah.
so like they worked on it. So
And a
I'd
lot-
imagine
dude,
that
some rappers nowadays that are trying to do the singing, it's not good.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's some that do good. Like Roddy Ricch, I liked his because he does like singing with rap kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just got into Blast. So it's BLXST, Blast.
Mm.
He's kind of nice, bro.
Really?
I think you might actually like him.
I've never heard of him.
I'll show you him after.
Okay.
But yeah, if JID can kind of just be.
He's just got to go. Like he's just got to.
And that's
like,
the thing
launch.
is when an album has all of that,
Yeah.
like what we're saying, if Swimming had like one more banger,
Yeah.
where it's like, man, like I could really be in my feelings, and then like it takes you on this emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
And that's again for me, Forest Hills Drive had that. It's Love Yours, talking about like love, like being grateful for what you have. And
Right.
then like one of the next songs is like Tale of Two Cities, where you're just banging, you know what I mean? It's like, so when an album has that, that's what completes an album for
Right.
me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's got to be that like perfect mixture, and then they all the lyrics have to like coincide with one another. All the instruments have to coincide with one another.
Yeah.
Like the vibe of everything. Yeah. I agree 100%.
yeah, I gotta listen to JID again, like listen to those albums again.
See, yeah. So far the albums that I've heard from him, it's like they're all just hip hop albums. You know what I'm saying?
For
Like
sure.
that,
For
it's
sure.
just straight hip hop.
Yeah, for sure.
Which that's exactly what he wants.
Yeah, that's what he is.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. Like we'll see where he turns up because, like Kendrick, J. Cole, Mac Miller, like even like a what's his name? Ty Dolla $ign. Is it Ty Dolla $ign?
Who do you think? Ty Dolla $ign?
Is it
He's the R&B guy. He's the singer.
Ty Dolla $ign? No, maybe I'm not. Who's not Tyga? Who's the dude that has freaking McDonald's shit?
Oh, Travis.
Travis Scott. Okay,
You're thinking of the dollar sign?
Yeah. I was like, dude, what am I thinking about right now? So like even him. So like they're rappers, right? Like they are rappers. But like as soon as you start to hit like, and even Drake, you hit this point of like, okay, I can rap. I know I can rap, but like, can I do something else now too?
Let's experiment a little bit.
Let's see what I could do.
Yeah, I mean, I remember not liking it at the time, but like going through the Drake, like when he got kind of islandery, it's something different. You know what I mean? And he's like trying to like the beats, not his voice.
Dude, listen to that Kenny Beats thing. Because again, what I think Drake is doing with his producers is they're listening to music that's outside of America.
Well, but if you look at like on his Instagram, he's out in like Barbados and all those places, which I think
have an influence.
He was dating Rihanna. He fell in love. You know what I mean with the Islander vibe.
Wild.
How do you not when you're dating Rihanna?
Wild.
But he has a tattoo of her too.
No, he doesn't.
He does, bro. Have you seen his back with all the faces?
No,
she's on there.
Really?
Yeah. I think.
I guess I didn't really know
he was
that.
smitten.
I guess I really didn't know that they were dating. I knew that they were like messing around.
Yeah, and they were making music and all that stuff. So I wonder if that's how he like got introduced to the Islander vibe,
right,
or whatever. I don't know. Turks and Cake,
bro. You know who I really want to come out with like a good album? Childish.
Yeah. Did you listen to the one that was all white?
Kind of like yeah. Internet or something like that. Yeah.
No. Oh, was it just called Internet?
I think it was called Internet or like three. I don't know. It was some weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. But like I
was going through his old music. It's so good. And I really
because of
the
internet, dude, is like so good.
Yeah.
Like as a whole album, raps, like songs, like singing, like.
And he was very
funny,
creative with the album, like Stone Mountain and Kawaii. 2 albums, same. They have the cover art is reversed,
right?
And one is the rap album, one's the hip hop album, and one was on a free mixtape, and the other one was on like Apple Music,
right? Yeah,
and like it just he was doing different stuff like that, and then the album when he came out with Redbone, I feel like is really where he started going into that
and like Redbone and that album is just like it has its place, but like I want him to come back now. Like I'm glad he did that. Like and all power to him. Some of the songs were cool.
I feel like he will. I feel like artists do that. Like kind of get like Kid Cudi.
Yeah,
Kid Cudi had it where he old stuff, is really good bangers. Really kind of vibey. Then he was experimenting for a couple albums there. And then this new one, what was the new one called?
I forget.
It
was Man on the Moon 3.
Man on the Moon 3.
Yeah.
Super good.
Yeah.
Super good. So I feel like artists, and you and I talked about like, when we talk about like letting things develop, let the artist develop. Like he's going to have those bumps and bruises.
Yeah. You know what's wild though is like, so somebody like a Kendrick, so they do all their developing before they get big.
Yeah.
Like Mac, Kendrick, J. Cole, like they kind of like did all their developing before they got big, and they were still developing, like because you can hear their evolution from like their very first album to like where they're at now.
Yeah.
But the thing is that their experimentation isn't super out of the ordinary and wild.
Right.
Like they're still within their pocket, and like you can hear different sounds and different raps or different flows or like whatever.
Yeah.
But the fans are
like when Kid Cudi did the experimental, he's like off drugs.
Right.
It's like an acoustic album.
You're like, what is this?
You're like,
what is
I'm
this?
sorry.
But then, so like when you had Kendrick's like Good Kid, Mad City, and you're like, wow, this was great. And then you had To Pimp a Butterfly, and you're like, damn, this is not the same. It was different. And then, but once you go back and you listen to it, like it is so good. And it's won a bunch
really
of Grammys.
good later.
It's so good later.
To me.
And because it's still in the storyline. Like it's a 3-part storyline. And then you get Damn, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like this is so wild. And then you listen to them 3 back to back to back and backwards. You're like, dude, this is crazy. This is too much. This is wild.
Yeah.
Like, this is wild. Like imagine he came out with a movie and like the entire movie was, each album.
I still need to watch the J. Cole documentary too, but what was I going to say here? Oh yeah. I remember like there's a trend on TikTok right now where it's making everything album covers.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
And it's
the basketball and all.
Yeah,
all
and but then they play "Devil in the New Dress," which is a Kanye song.
Okay.
But J. Cole sampled that song on his mixtape, and I remember listening to that back in the day, and it gave me like flashbacks. But like even that, like J. Cole back then. So like talking about experimenting,
yeah.
Which I don't know who had the song first. I want to look that up between Kanye and J. Cole. But J. Cole Vilmatic is the song on his mixtape, dude. It's so good. It's so like old because I like Friday Night Lights J. Cole, the mixtape J. Cole too. But like like seeing that experimentation, which I think he did obviously throughout his albums.
Right. Yeah. It's like, and then I think with like hip hop artists, the mixtape is just something that like they're able to like figure out all the nicks and crannies. And, you know, they're able to.
That's
just,
where you see them raw. It's really like what you said about Mac.
Yeah, they're just trying to like rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They get a loop and they rap.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
bars.
That's the bars. That's the basis of rap. Rap started, which like the definition of rap back in the day was you loop the music. It's the same loop, and it's more about the
freestyle of it or whatever. Yeah.
And now obviously that's it's
evolved. Yeah.
Evolved.
Yeah. And because there's song structure, but like there's still that big element, and I think Drake does it like a lot, where it's just like the same beat over and over, and then there's just a couple like little mixtures here and there. Yeah. But I think that's why I like J. Cole and Kendrick so much, because it's more musical. Like it's not just a loop. They have their songs where it's just a loop.
Yeah.
But like they just have different musical elements, and so did Mac Miller. You know what I'm saying? Like bringing in like different horns and it was just like it was a different. It's called timbre in music, so it's like just kind of like the vibe. So like you can play the same note on a piano, right? But if it's a different synth, like it just has this different like atmosphere and feel, you know. And
every little tweak, I feel like it is its own thing.
And
you know?
so like the emotion and the feeling of like a Kendrick song or a Mac Miller song or even a Drake song, like they all have their own like vibe, and that's why they hit so hard, because it's like they are unique in that they have their own sound, you know. So
I think the next big artist, which he's already here, is Lil Baby. I would say try to go through it. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. And trust me, I didn't like him at the beginning. I thought he was just mumble rap. But when I'm actually listening to his words, when you can decipher it, he's pretty good.
Okay.
And he's that next one. Like he had that song, The Bigger Picture, when that was with the Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. So he's there. I think he's gonna be one of these next like goats we talk about.
Yeah.
It's just about the type of he is definitely more on that mumble rap side.
Yeah.
And his evolution of music, how that's going to be and stuff like that. But
we'll see.
I'd say try them out.
All right. I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
We'll give it another go. Actually, I haven't given him one go, so
yeah.
I'll give him a go.
I'll give him one.
I'll give him one go.
He gets one song. Yeah. He gets 30 seconds.
Oh no, I did. I listened to his one with Drake. So
yeah, on the EP. That's bars on the EP.
Oh,
Scary Hours 2.
Okay.
Okay. What's next?
My name's Drake. Okay. I can't rap with nothing. Okay. I can rhyme with okay. Okay. Okay.
Dude, I think
okay.
I think usually people are on your side. I think this one was pretty good.
I don't think they are on my side. I don't think anybody's ever on my side. I don't think anybody is ever like, you know what, Austin had some good points today. Like, I don't feel that ever. Like, I come on this show knowing that I'm the villain.
Your show.
Yeah, like I know that like you're not gonna agree with me. My girlfriend's not gonna agree with me. Like my mom and dad are not.
That whole conversation after.
My grandma doesn't agree with me. Like everybody that listens to this show, they like not to agree with me.
But that's your corner, bro.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
This is my room. This is my camera. This is my computer. This is my microphone. My house. I can say what I want. This is my safe space. No. Oh my God. Drake is not allowed in this house.
This is the last Drake conversation we're ever going to have.
I can't wait till we get big enough and we have Drake on the podcast. And I just have to like refrain from like just
He's like, I felt really inspired. And you're like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, dude, shut up. Rap about something else, okay?
He just walks off. It's 5 minutes into the podcast. I'm like, you lost Drake.
Yeah, you know what? I can't even be here. You guys do the podcast. I dip out.
Does he even
I just hit record.
Does he even do podcasts?
Probably not. Why would he do podcasts?
Yeah, he doesn't need it.
No,
LeBron doesn't do podcasts.
No, he needs to talk about his life in his songs.
Yeah.
So
Ollie 40 had a podcast with Kevin Durant, which is it was pretty cool listening to him.
Yeah,
because he's the brains.
Yeah, he does podcasts though.
Yeah,
he does a couple.
Cool.
I've heard a couple with him. Yeah, but
getting him on the podcast would be crazy.
That would be
dude.
gnarly. Yeah, he'd just rip our studio apart, be like, "Oh, this is terrible in here."
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, I heard you say you didn't like that Drake song."
Yeah.
I made it.
Yeah. Oh no, Ollie, I like you.
So sorry, sir.
I like you. I just don't like his flow.
Yeah.
I don't like the words. Why don't you work with better rappers?
Yeah. There's this guy, very low key, Kendrick.
Yeah.
Why don't you work?
Yeah. Why don't you produce some Kendrick shit? Get your name out there, huh? Try something new.
Yeah. You need to be challenged a little bit.
Drake is over.
40 was in the new music video. I don't know if you saw the one I sent you from the one. Okay, that album. He did a video on it. But Ollie 40
the one where he was on the planes and stuff.
Yeah.
He
talks about his watch, which I didn't know. I saw the Complex put a thing out about like he raps about the watch, and it's like only 2 are made. Dude, it's crazy. His watch is insane. Dude. Yeah, it's stupid.
Sick.
It's so much money.
So good.
Yeah,
so awesome for him.
Yeah,
love that for him.
I love Drake.
It's great. we know.
We know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
Sienna was sending me the TikToks where it was like Drake fans like 2 seconds after release, like, bro, like, did you hear this? And then he's like, you didn't hear it. I'm gonna replay it for you. Don't worry.
Already got the album art like on your background,
bro. Immediately posted. No, I posted the one where it's like all the Drake albums, like the covers.
Yeah,
it was pretty
that.
cool.
That was pretty cool.
Like,
that's so many.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'm like, what are all these variations? I've never seen these in my life.
Oh, was it variations?
Yeah, there's all like because
he has alternatives.
Yeah, have you seen the one of Mac Miller where it shows like it's like the Good AM and it's all the different like color schemes and the different
stuff. Yeah.
So it's like that.
Gotcha.
But
yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. So good. I'll listen to it later.
Like something that happens.
Thank you. As the sun's shining in right now, I'm like, thank you.
Is it hot in here? I need to take off my shirt.
Oh wait, we can't finish this without saying Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's new song.
Yeah,
kind of good. I like it.
I'm curious to see what it's gonna sound like.
I'm very curious. Because we really both like those artists.
Yeah.
And them together, both that kind of funky jazz, that whole vibe.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping for a little more of a banger.
Me too.
To get me interested in the album.
I think they did that on purpose. Like I think they put out like their soft song, like just kind of like lovey-dovey, kind of like.
Even if that's the vibe of the album, I'm in.
See, that kind of reminds me of like a JT 2020 kind of deal. You know, just kind of soft like love ballad kind of deal.
Yeah, but it has a little funk to it. You know,
it does. Well, because he has that swing with his drum playing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like he's in there, he's getting funky with it. And then Bruno Mars just naturally has that kind of.
Yeah, I'm very happy it's this version of Bruno Mars and not the original version of Bruno Mars, the sad boy Bruno Mars. The throw a grenade for you, catch a grenade for you, throw a grenade at you. But like Anderson .Paak and him are like both in this really good stage. I think they could be like. Really nice.
Yeah. I haven't really paid attention much to Bruno Mars. So,
does Anderson .Paak and Thundercat have like any collabs? Because I feel like him on the drums and Thundercat on the bass would be
I think they have.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
I think Thundercat did a Tiny Desk. I want to watch it,
dude. I think Thundercat's on everything.
Yeah,
like because
whenever you hear like you're like, was that him?
Yeah. Like I just think he's on everything because he's a gnarly bass player.
Yeah.
Like I don't ever see his name featured on anything, but like I'll hear a bass and I'll be like, I bet you that's Thundercat.
Yeah. Well, that promo with Mac Miller, it said, bass by Thundercat. But I don't think he's on the songs.
Right.
Like it's not like
not featured because he probably just gets paid, like royalties or whatever, and then he's cool with it.
Yeah.
Because he seems to me like a low key person.
Yeah.
Like because he's not like famous unless you know music.
Unless you know Thundercat.
Yeah, unless you know Thundercat.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. Dude, I went to freaking Dunkin' Donuts yesterday.
Yeah, how was it?
To try to get dessert after we went to downtown Glendale. And everything was closed. It's Sunday, so everything was closing early. So we're like, oh, like let's go get Dunkin' Donuts. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, like let's splurge.
Yeah, And so
Erica's birthday.
Yeah,
happy birthday.
Birthday, baby. Happy birthday, baby. But we get there. And 30 minutes before closing, like it's not even like right at the cusp of like shutting down.
Yeah,
and we're like, oh, like are you guys still open? Because they had like their chairs up and everything like that. But I didn't know if it was like COVID, like like COVID don't sit down, or we're closing.
We're closing.
Yeah, and they're like, oh yeah, we're still open. I was like, oh, okay, for sure. So we like walk in or whatever, and we're like looking at the wall, and it's just like an empty wall. And the dude goes, oh, like we are out of donuts though. Like we have drinks though.
Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm like, wait, yeah, like you guys are.
It's on the sign.
Dunkin'
It says donuts.
Yeah, it's like, how are you out of donut? Why didn't you just say you're closed? Like,
Yeah, just close. Just shut
close.
down.
Yeah, yeah,
Close your store.
yeah. Just you're not open.
Yeah.
You don't have donuts. You're closed.
I've actually never been to a Dunkin' Donuts. I don't think.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's like the coffee is okay. It's sweet. Like the coffee is very sweet.
Well, I always see ads like
And the donuts are donuts.
the TikTok ads now.
Yeah.
They're doing the foam stuff and the caramel and the Charlie D'Amelio drink and all that stuff.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're donuts, right? So it's like whatever. Like you can get better donuts
Like,
from a mom and pop donut shop.
I like
fresh.
mom and pop donut
Yeah,
shops.
like-
That's why I never go to
No.
Krispy Kreme is cool. It has its moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, Krispy Kreme is good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no.
It's a little
to no
airy.
fresh.
It's a little airy though. Like I feel like
You gotta eat them fresh.
Yeah, but I can eat it in like one bite.
For
like
sure.
it's not like
You can
like
for
if you
sure
have
eat it
an
in one
actual mom and pop shop donut,
Yeah,
you're kind of full.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
it's really dense.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, but I was pissed because I was like, well, I didn't want a coffee. Like like I wanted dessert. Like
Yeah, you thought
I
it
was
was here
gonna
for
get.
your-
I was gonna get a coffee.
Yes.
I was gonna get a coffee.
But you want a
The
coffee with your donut.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna get the donut or the coffee to complement the donut.
Right.
Without the donut, there's no need for the coffee.
Yeah.
I
You're
was
just
pissed,
dunking.
dude. So
Dude, would you remember when the Popeyes fried chicken came out? Some Popeyes were out of chicken.
yeah, they didn't have it no more.
What do you sell?
That was a long time too.
Yeah.
They were just out.
You just,
How do you do
here's
that?
bread.
We got fries though.
Yeah, we have you have fries. Okay, that works, I guess.
We got fries.
I guess. We have
Not
soda.
really. They got soda. They had. I didn't really like it.
The Popeye sandwich?
Yeah, I didn't.
Did you try the spicy one?
Yeah. Okay. So hear me out.
Okay.
I am not a huge fan on the Louisiana like spread. That like Cane's, like that.
I love it.
Yeah, I know. Everybody does.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah, but you don't like condiments. Again, nobody's gonna agree with it.
Nobody ever.
My cousin was talking to me about. She was the one that we were messaging about making us food, and she's like, "What is his preferences?" I'm like, "Just make food. We'll see if he likes it."
Yeah. Just don't put anything on it. Yeah. Just make like chicken with like salt and pepper and a little bit of lemon.
Yeah.
And we'll be good.
Yeah, you can dry it out a little bit.
Yeah. Everything on the side. Just put everything on the side. No, like, okay, so it's weird because like I like sauces. I like dips and stuff like that when it's like homemade.
Okay.
Or like if it's with the dish. There's something about like a condiment. Like, I don't know, like it's just gross to me, dude.
So when you get the spicy Popeyes chicken sandwich, you could do no spread.
No spread.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I had it with the spread.
Okay.
Right. So it was like, and I like eatable. Like I'm at that point now. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
And, okay,
I'm an adult.
Okay.
Leave the pickles.
No, I get the pickles off. I don't like the pickles. No pickles though. You're getting wild there. No, but okay. So like, unless it's like ketchup, mustard, mayo,
Okay.
won't touch it. I will not.
Really?
It will make me gag. I can do like barbecue. I can do
Thousand?
like. I would wipe it off, but I could probably eat the if the bread had it a little bit, like I could probably get over it. You know what I'm saying? But like to just be like, oh, it's on there, and just like no, like I probably would take off that slice of the bread.
Yeah. Me and Sienna are on a big hot chicken kick
Dude,
right now.
I think everybody is. How wild is it that got big?
I know.
Like, everybody's doing it.
And it's good though.
It's so good.
It depends. We had Dave's hot chicken, which is pretty popular.
Good.
We actually didn't like it.
You didn't
'Cause
like
we had
it?
Maine hot chicken, which is a smaller place in LA.
Super
So
bomb.
spicy. Oh my God, dude. The medium, we were like,
Yeah.
It was so good.
What's
That's the one in the Chino Hills
What's that one
shops.
What's that one place right here in Tustin? Is it Hottie's? You been to Hottie's?
Yeah. They have it in Chino Hills.
Okay.
Yeah, Hottie's.
Hotties.
Hotties is good.
Dude, hot. Okay.
And it comes with the Texas toast in there and like the.
Okay, so I love the toast. I hate when they don't give you the toast. I've had it places where they don't give you the toast. Also, I don't like it when the fries are spicy because I need the fries to calm me down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And Hottie's has the Cajun on it.
Okay.
And so
I think you could, but can't you do the flavor of the fries too or no?
I just got OG. Like I just got the classic, whatever the fries.
Okay.
I didn't like customize the fries.
Yeah.
So, but like, and the fries were good alone, and the chicken was good alone. But because I didn't get the medium, I got the hot.
Okay.
dude, that shit was hot.
Yeah, it was
hot.
Yeah, they were hot.
And so I was
dude,
like,
Maine hot chicken was hotter, dude.
really? Where's that at?
And LA, I'm pretty sure. And it wrecked my stomach, dude. But it was so fucking worth it, dude. It was so good. I will put you on, bro.
Okay.
LA area.
Yeah.
I think it's in like in a not so good neighborhood, so you know it smacks.
Yeah.
Luther Bob's.
Luther
Called
Bob's.
Luther Bob's. It's not hot chicken, just chicken.
Luther
okay?
Bob's.
Yeah, Luther Bob's.
I'll write it down right now because I'm gonna go back there after this.
The sauce. So if you want sauce on the side, they have the normal like the Louisiana sauce or hot honey. It's like a spicy honey you could throw on there. Comes with the roll. If you get the combo, it comes with a sweet tea.
Luther Bob's fried chicken.
Yes. Fire. Hot honey sauce. The Luther Bob sauce. Fries. Toast. They do like buns on the side. I get like 4,000 and the sweet tea. So a complete meal.
I love getting sweet tea with the hot chicken.
It's so good.
It's perfect.
It's perfect.
It goes.
I've
so
been on
well.
sweet tea since day one.
Me too.
I just
but with
hate
the hot chicken.
Yeah, is
Game over.
Yeah,
game over. It's so nice. It
Yeah.
just it helps like your palate to
Yeah.
like get like the hot off
Yeah.
a little bit, so you can have another bite.
Yeah. When all my buddies were getting like soda in high school, I would get the sweet tea.
Me too.
Yeah, I always liked it more.
I was always. You know what it was?
I'm not a
too?
soda guy, unless it's with alcohol.
I like soda. But my problem is I like soda a little bit too much. And so with the tea, I would be like, okay, like this is like not as bad, even though it's a lot of sugar, but I would go between just black tea, not sweet, because I like unsweetened tea too, and sweet tea every now and then.
Yeah.
But I don't really like lemonade with the hot tea.
I don't like lemonade.
I
don't like lemonade in general.
I like lemonade, but like with the hot chicken, like
It's too contrasting.
It's like acid, you know. It's like too much.
Yeah.
I'm like burning, and then
Yeah.
also it's like bubbling with the
Yeah.
acid too. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
this is
You're like, this is not
You're
good.
like, well, why are you doing this
Yeah.
to me? Why?
You're just sitting there
Please, no.
in a corner like it was so good, but it hurt.
So good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't do the lemonade, but I like lemonade. Like just getting lemonade sounds good. Like like a raspberry lemonade or a strawberry lemonade.
I'm not a lemonade guy. I don't know why. I don't know. I've
even like the
tried
flavored
it.
ones, like the good ones.
Not really.
Wow.
If that's all that's there, I'll have it, but I don't want it.
Yeah. You
Like,
don't
if it's like a
crave
black-
it. Like you don't crave it.
Yeah, black tea. I just want the tea. I don't want the lemonade.
Yeah. No, I like just black tea.
Yeah.
Too. Me too. I don't like Arnold Palmer's.
Yeah, no, not really.
Me neither.
Arizona owner Palmer is like,
I'd rather get the sweet tea.
yeah,
The
same.
Arizona sweet tea. Shit's bomb.
I used to drink those all the time.
Dude, 99 cents, yo?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was like all in.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm like, who else wants one?
Yeah.
Like, I got y'all. I got y'all. Yeah.
I got a 5 year.
Yeah. I got a, yeah,
I
we're getting a
get 4.
6-pack.
Yeah. Wilding out high school.
I know.
Yo, Austin was always balling. With
Yeah,
the sweet
damn,
tea.
bro.
Yeah,
You balling
yeah.
out. Turns out they're 99 cents.
Yeah, it was like Del Taco and sweet tea.
How was it tequila hoppers, bro? $2 tequila shots? Who wants them? Don't worry. I got you. Dude.
All watered down.
Yeah, bro. I miss tequila hoppers. It's so ghetto. 75-cent tacos. There's a taco man inside the bar.
Oh, yeah.
75-cent tacos, bro.
Nice.
I get 6 of them with cheese.
Of course. With cheese.
You know, 3 or 4 shots. It's another $4.
Tuesday, right?
Yeah, Tuesdays. Dude, it was amazing, dude. Going through a breakup, you know what's better than being in a ghetto-ass club eating 6 tacos with $2 tequila shots? There's nothing better.
Yeah.
That was it. It was pinnacle.
My beanie is like hanging off my head. Why don't you tell me something?
I didn't even notice. I think
My hair
it
was
like
like-
went into the headphones.
Oh, we should probably get wrapping up here anyway.
Yeah.
We start school today.
I know.
I gotta look at all.
I haven't logged in. I haven't
me
paid.
neither.
I haven't logged in. I haven't got a book. I'm so burnt out from the last semester. I'm like,
You're almost done, dude.
I know.
Almost done. Is this your last semester or last session?
No, I got summer too.
Okay.
So I'll be graduating summer. And then, thank you. And then hopefully walking in the fall if there's no COVID.
Yeah.
I could walk in the fall.
You gonna walk? I
Yeah.
don't think I'm gonna walk.
I didn't want to.
Yeah.
And then now looking back on it, I'm like, you know what? Yeah. Like I want to go to the school. I want to, and my parents want it. And my mom was like, you're doing it whether you want it or not.
Gotcha.
But like,
So she's paying for your gown and everything?
is she better?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, because I wanted to go study at the school too. And
I
like,
know.
And
I wanted
seeing
to
the
do that
school,
too.
have you seen the school before?
No.
When you see it, you're like,
Damn.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, no, I've wanted to, but doesn't
Yeah.
really make sense to drive out there right now.
Yeah, no, not right now.
Yeah. So
But
dude, everything's opening back up though.
Mhm.
We're is it April 1st where it's gonna go to I think 50% capacity, but everything will be like open.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah,
Well, they said
in California.
the vaccine rollout should, because other places, Texas, they don't give.
Dude, they're already open. Yeah.
Yeah. They said by like May, the vaccine rollout should be at like 75% or something like that. So we should be pretty open.
We can get it now. At
Yeah,
work.
we can. Yeah.
Yeah. So
They said I shouldn't. The doctor said that me and Sienna shouldn't because we had COVID, so you can get sick.
that's what I heard.
Yeah. So we have to wait.
Right.
I don't even know if I'm gonna get it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it or not.
Yeah.
Not really sure. I'm not like, don't get it because like, you
Yeah.
know, it's gonna
Exactly.
change you.
It's a
and
case by
shit.
case situation.
Yeah,
how
I
you
just-
feel about it.
yeah.
I don't typically get flu shots anyway,
I don't.
and so
But I got vaccines when I was a kid. So it's like,
yeah. But when you got vaccines, those were for like diseases.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's different.
that's kind of a disease.
Well, because that could not really. It's influenza. It's just a flu.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Because this is like a flu shot.
Yeah, but they might make it where it's like just like the TB stuff. You might need it. You might need
understand.
a shot to go to school or something like
Right.
that.
Yeah. So I mean, if they're going to be doing that, then I'm just going to do it because
Yeah, might as well.
yeah, who cares?
Yeah.
Like I don't care enough to like. Not,
Yeah. I'm not like super against it. They're like, oh, you need one to go to.
like you can go to Europe for like free, and then it's like, oh, you got to get the vaccine. No, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Europe
for sure.
But yeah, it'll be interesting once because I know like all the elderly have been getting them. I think I'm pretty sure my grandparents got them.
Well, apparently not a lot of the elderly are getting them, and they're throwing them out in LA. So if you guys like want one, like pull up to one, and apparently like if you pull up, and because they expire,
What do you mean throwing them out?
they expire, so they throw them out.
And
So
just
like
the homeless are out?
I've heard podcasts of they're on the street like, hey, we're giving
Why would they
vaccines
just throw
out.
'em
Do you like people walking by? Do you need a vaccine? Like because
Weird.
there's a certain like incubation
Right,
period or
right,
whatever. And
Why
so
wouldn't they go to like Skid Row though and like vaccine the homeless?
they have enough needles down there.
Bro, no.
I'm sorry.
I'm just I was just saying I wasn't saying that.
I know.
I was saying yeah, you
I
got
know
me.
what you're saying.
You got me. Yeah, why would they just throw them out like that?
I don't know. So apparently you can like if you show up, you might be able to sneak one in. Like you
Okay.
like because there's again they
Right.
take it out. So and apparently if the older people don't want it, they're just gonna throw
yeah,
it away.
they can't. No, they can't force
Imagine
them.
just like pulling up on the street like it's a Ralph's and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, you want a vaccine? You're like,
Yeah. No.
I don't know, sir.
Yeah, I don't think I would. No, I would be like, no. I wouldn't think that was real.
I wouldn't think it's real. Yeah.
I wouldn't think it was real.
Which again might be another cause.
Reason?
But yeah. Because
But
I think
to a homeless person though, so like if
Yeah,
you were to
yeah.
get in a van and basically come out there with a bunch of nurses and be like, "Hey, we are
Yeah.
giving out free vaccines. Line up over here." Like not going up.
Yeah.
I picture like people like going up to the homeless like in their tents, like, "Excuse me."
Yeah.
Like, hello. Like,
yeah. Doesn't really knock.
it's like the wind like,
Shaking it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I wonder if they'll do something like that. They should.
They should. If
Especially-
they're just throwing them out.
and if they're like, because they're like
They're-
a whole community, like they're. I mean,
Unless they're just trying to kill them off.
oh, that's so sad. That's even worse than my joke. Yeah, but for anybody listening who got to this far,
I know, huh?
I would check out a vaccination site and see if they're throwing any away. Like just pull up on them.
Yeah.
You might be able to grab one.
Yeah.
So
If you want it.
yeah, if you want it. Yeah,
if
if
you
not,
want it.
then
Yeah,
do your
You're
thing.
good. When do you think we're not going to be wearing masks?
Well, okay, so the Spanish flu back in the day, 100 years ago, they were wearing it for like 5 years.
Really?
5. When we saw that,
Everybody?
yeah. Like, and there's the pictures. Like they're at
Right.
baseball games. Everyone's wearing them.
Right.
So I don't know how, but this obviously technology is different. The
Correct.
vaccine's already here. So
Correct.
hopefully by the end of the year, we'll be done. I think 2022 will be for sure back to normal. But have you seen New Zealand?
Are they peaking again?
Dude, no. New Zealand's been open for 40 days. Nothing. Because obviously, first of all, it's an island.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody wore their masks. It wasn't a problem. It wasn't like, it wasn't so politicized. It was just like,
Right.
hey, wear your mask.
Everybody wear masks.
We're gonna stay inside. Everybody isolated. I don't know what the money compensation, everything like that was,
Yeah.
but
Like they're
they're done.
economy,
They haven't had one, I don't think one COVID case in 40 days. Everybody's open. Like, they're like extremely open.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows? who knows where we're gonna be at in like a year? But I'm like looking forward to like not needing to wear a mask no more.
Yeah, it's almost like it's almost so engraved in my brain. It's gonna take us a year or two to get out of that.
Right.
Like, cause like, you know, you think about it, you used to go to the bar and people are all like breathing on you and nobody give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know, you
but
just
now you're gonna be like,
now it's like,
yeah.
Did they have fun?
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
You know, and everyone's just more like, I think germaphobes were always like that, but now we're all kind of like germaphobes.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to take us a couple years to kind of get back to normal. Like, oh, okay, like not everybody has it.
And I just hope that, I hope that after this, like we are better about being like clean individuals.
Yeah.
You know, like, and worrying about it more.
Yeah. They're cleaning things and washing your hands.
Like I don't think it's going to, though.
That was already supposed to be a thing.
Dude, I know.
But apparently people weren't washing their hands.
Like we're going to go back to public bathrooms.
You, the craziest thing. Yeah, public bathrooms.
Dude.
Yeah. And how often do they actually clean them? Not that much. They should be cleaning them all the time. I've seen some disgusting.
Dude, the beach bathrooms.
I don't go to the bathroom at the beach because of that reason.
I just go in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You take a shit in the water?
No. But I make sure I don't need to take a shit.
Yeah,
over there. Yeah.
No, but like the biggest thing for me was like the movie theaters. First time they cleaned the seats in like 40 years. Can you imagine all the nasty shit that happened in the seats?
You ever hear that old, dang, this was back in the day, that Dane Cook bit about not wanting to get a dildo up your ass? When you're like going down the aisle and you're like, excuse me, and you're like, hey, watch it, and then like you would step on something like sticky, and it would be like, and he like made a joke about it being like cum or whatever, and like, dude, it was so funny, but yeah, those floors are gross.
Yeah, I can't wait till the movies open up again, which is crazy. They're not like, how can I go to a Forever 21 but I can't watch?
Dude, I was just saying the same thing about the furniture stores. Why are furniture stores open right now? But like, there's a food place that like I want to buy food. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're closed.
Yeah, we're gonna drive ourselves crazy doing that. Like, I had to stop doing that because I was getting kind of like, it just didn't make sense.
Right.
But
yeah, but I mean, well, because you know I've been out over in LA right now with Erica and stuff, and so we've been hitting up Pasadena like quite a bit because there's just a bunch of stuff over there, and then downtown Glendale. So it's like, and in both areas, it's like Louis Vuitton's open. And this furniture store's open, but the cafe next to it is closed. Yeah. Wild. It sucks. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's more essential.
It's way more essential.
Yeah.
And it's jobs. If you can have the jobs be there for these people who are open at a furniture store.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they probably just closed down because of business.
I was going to say, it could be labor, you know, that doesn't make sense for them to be open anymore, like whatever. Yeah. But still, you know, if there is a business owner there, why not just have the business owner be there working? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to cut on labor or whatever, but like the fact that a furniture store is open must be that people are buying furniture.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Yeah. Like, taking this time, I'm going to remodel.
Yeah.
People are trying to eat. You're like, I don't really know if this color goes. Is this eggshell? Is it white?
In downtown Glendale yesterday, so we went to this dumpling place. I forget what it's called, but they were only doing reservations. Mm-hmm. So we get there not with a reservation.
Yeah.
And, you know, we can't do it. You know, whatever. I was like, well, do you do to go? Like, yeah, for sure. So place an order to go online, and then we were just walking around. And it's, if you've ever been to the Grove in LA kind of vibe, it's like that. Like there's a bunch of shops. There's like a pond in the middle. Like it's nice.
Yeah.
And so we were just walking, and there was an open table, just just public open table.
Yeah.
So we snagged it, and and so I left her there. I went to go get the food, and then I came back, whatever. And I was like, this is nice, because right in front of us, dude, was this really nice Italian restaurant, nicely lit up and like whatever. And there's a pond over there, so it looked like we were a part of this Italian restaurant. Like,
but we're not.
Like just bought stuff online, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just like set it up ourselves, and like, dude, it was funny. I was like, see, like, you know, who needs money, baby? Like we are getting the experience over here. Like,
in the corner.
Have you ever have you ever seen Bridesmaids?
Yes.
Where they're doing the yoga class at the park, the two women, and there's a yoga class, like he's actually doing the yoga class, and he's like, what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? And they're like they're doing other stretches to like kind of like mask that they weren't copying what he was doing. He's like, it's $20. The class is $20. Come over here. Like, sorry, we're poor. Like, we can't do it. I felt like that. Like we were part of the restaurant, like just watching the
You're like waiting till someone moves and you take their wine. That's great.
Oh, wow, is that
a good year.
Is that bread? Is that butter over there? You know?
When they leave, you're like taking their scraps.
All homeless and shit. Yeah, it was funny.
Nice.
It was nice though.
Nice little weekend.
It's a nice little semi-romantic accident.
We had a nice little weekend too. Downtown Disney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was open. So
nice.
We got a little reservation. Tortilla Joe's. It's nice.
Never been there. Is that the place where they give you tortilla? They give you a tortilla when you walk in, like a fresh made tortilla?
No, but I wish.
Oh, they don't do that there no more? California Adventure?
No, not California. Well, Downtown Disney.
Oh, Downtown Disney.
Yeah.
Oh. They had
you're talking about the bread place.
Yeah, but they had an El Torito there too, so where they would do the fresh tortillas.
Interesting. And they would hand it out to you?
Yeah.
So, this one, I mean, this is like a Mexican restaurant. It's pretty nice. It actually was, and like, it's pricey, but it's really good. Like, it's kind of worth it. So.
I don't like expensive Mexican food. That weird?
No, I don't think it's weird. I don't like expensive anything.
But if you're gonna buy expensive
like a
steak,
steakhouse, yeah. Well, I mean,
so good,
relatively expensive. Like, I mean, I got the 3 fajita plate where it's like steak, chicken, shrimp, rice, beans, tortilla, and it was like $32.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like what I'm saying is cheap, like Mexican food. Mexican food is
like authentic.
So good, authentic, like just so good.
Yeah,
when you go to a restaurant and it's like dine-in Mexican food, it's almost like Americanized to me.
Yeah, it's like the white owners. Yeah, and you're like,
and it's like, oh, this is not that good, and you spend so much money on it, and it's like not that good.
Yeah,
but like with American food, it's like the more you spend, it's almost like the better quality is. Like barbecue,
for sure.
Like barbecue,
like steak,
mashed
like
potatoes, like when it's like good quality, like whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
And then I would even say the same with Chinese food sometimes.
Oh, 1,000%.
Like those mom and pop shops.
Okay, I will say I went to Tao in Vegas, which is like a really nice Chinese food place out there. Their food's really good.
Really? Yeah, that's true. I guess you have like the Benihana.
But it has to be, I feel like it's either the highest end, or just get the shitty stuff.
That the middle stuff is just whack.
Yeah, it's like why why get that stuff when really the place that just is called Chinese food is way better.
Yo, those places scare me though. Like back when we were living in Walnut, when they didn't have any pictures, nothing in English.
Look at dude.
Like
I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes the chicken tastes weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Dude, it tastes like chicken.
The texture was weird for me.
It tastes like a dead chicken.
Yeah,
like not a cooked chicken. Well, like a dead chicken.
Which is fine. It's fresh, but they weren't holding back on any parts of the chicken. I might have gotten a feather.
Like the veins. Yeah. Like the beak and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when I think I had COVID with Erica, like in 2019.
Yeah.
October, we were feeling sick still. Like we were like, I was in the middle of it and she was barely starting.
Yeah.
And so we wanted like soup. Cause like I wasn't hungry.
Oh,
she wasn't hungry.
Bro,
we went to this because we were just looking up on like Google or whatever, and found this place and was like, oh, they have broth here. Like let's go here. They have broth.
Yeah,
get there. The lady didn't speak any English whatsoever.
Yeah,
like nothing.
Not even slightly,
dude. Like nothing.
Thank you.
Nothing. No. Like that. Like just nothing. And so then, like no English on the menu, no pictures on the menu. And so I'm like, dude, like I was like, and see, the thing is, she likes like experimenting and like kind of like trying new things, like whatever. And I'm like, all right, like whatever. She wants to do it, so it's fine. And so I was just like, I just want like a chicken noodles, like whatever.
That's it.
So I got it, dude. I sipped the broth once, and it tasted like dead chicken.
Oh, so
like, and the chicken was in there looking like what you're describing, just weird looking chicken. And I was like, I'm not eating it at all. Like I'm not gonna touch it. And she maybe had like 2 bites of hers, and she was like, I'm scared to eat.
Is there a Panda? Is there a Panda Express?
Yeah. Those too authentic Asian places scare me a little bit.
Yeah, we're just not used to it too.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just like there's
not like it's bad quality. Not like it could just be something we're just not used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not the quality, I'm sure. It's just the presentation of it.
Yeah.
Just because it looks like from a wet shop almost, you know, in China. Like it just doesn't look appetizing to me. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it came off of the table.
Yeah.
And they just bought it and then they put it in. Like they didn't cook it at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Because like there's still the fat on it. There's still the veins on it.
There was
like,
when I had the orange chicken at one of the places, like the tendons were still there.
That's what I'm saying.
It was really weird. Yeah, it was just kind of, I didn't like it.
Not trying to chew on it.
No.
Not at all. Especially when I'm sick and I got some, you know, upchuck that's about to come on. I'm good. No. Chilling on it. And so it's kind of scarred me now though. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't want to be like judgmental of it because like, I'm sure there's so places that are so good.
Yeah.
And but I can't do it.
You're just, you just can't personally
scarred.
do it. Yeah,
I'm just scarred.
It's
almost like when you get food poisoning from somewhere and you just never go back.
I was redoing our food handlers card recently. Sorry, now we gotta probably get out here.
No, you're chilling.
It's a long podcast.
Yeah.
And I saw that it actually takes it could take up to like 3 to 5 days for food poisoning to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But what you associate it with is what you last ate. Because that's what you throw up.
Right.
So you could actually be food poisoned from like 2 days ago, but you're going to associate it with the Taco Bell that you had right before. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. The only times that I've gotten food poisoning though have been like for sure directly that because it was like the last thing I ate and I was not really eating before then.
Yeah. So it was
either this or I'm sick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was either this or I'm sick.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. All right. Well.
Nice. Thank you to everybody
for tuning in. Thanks for
if you get this far.
Yeah, seriously.
Troopers.
Yeah, seriously. That's
we love you.
I don't know how long that is. It's always in a weird time because of the BPM on this project.
Yeah.
It says 128 minutes there, but I think it's less than that.
Oh, okay.
Because of the timing of it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we still got an intro too, so.
We still got to do an intro. Well, on YouTube, we don't do an intro.
Yeah.
So thank you for watching our YouTube, by the way.
Thank you.
We are in the process of developing the studio. This is a very basic setup. We're going to...
You guys are actually where we will be.
Yeah. We are not going to have this here as our background, but for right now, for today, this is what we do.
It's a nice little background for today, you know?
Yeah. We're going to be over there where the camera's at.
Hit that bell below to subscribe.
Yeah. We got to get good at YouTube. Dude.
We got to get like things popping up. Like we'll get like a link.
And a banner.
And then like we'll get like a if we're talking about something, we'll get like the little screen, you know, the picture in picture.
Yeah. Yeah,
where
we
it's
gotta
like,
get good at YouTube.
You know, then it like shows like what, I'll work with you on that.
Yeah, we gotta get good at YouTube. But hit the subscribe button, share the links to our YouTube if you like the YouTubes. Comment, like them. Again, any engagement that we can have on there is beneficial for us, for you. We are still working on the logo. We're going to be working on these panels soon.
Yep. TikToks are going up. I've been making the TikToks.
Yeah. Shout out to Charlie for doing
we're going
TikToks.
on there. So if you newbies, you Gen Zers that have the TikToks,
follow us on the TikTok. And
on
then
the TikTok.
What else? Just continue to rate and review on Apple Podcasts. That's huge. And if you don't follow us already on Spotify and Apple, please do so.
Yep.
The more followers that we get, the more put into the algorithm we are to people that are friends of yours or followers of yours. We will come up in the recommended podcasts. Yeah. And so again, thank you for tuning in. As always, cheers.
Bye, y'all.